Hi, Craig.
Warning, this episode contains Australians. Some content may be alarming to some listeners, including jokes about homophobia, jokes about racism, jokes about sexual content, and a lot of swearing. Please note, these jokes are made by queer people, people of colour, and people who have known those people for over a decade. Actual hate will not be tolerated. Also, warning for graphic descriptions of violence, but this is a D&D campaign, so you probably knew that. Not sponsored by Queensland Government Australia, terms and conditions may apply.
Welcome, gentle people. We of Aetherbound Academy for Wormcraft and Magic are excited to be here, celebrating the union between our empire and the dragons. Barely 70 years have passed since the favor, when Void Father Farron was entrusted by wild dragons as the first dragon rider. Now, aloft in the Void Keep, riders train with their dragons until they are a single unit, terrifying and beautiful. Every year we gather throughout the Empire to see who will bond with a dragon egg and see it hatch. And I'm sure this year we will gain some lovely new normal highborn riders and there will be absolutely no issues whatsoever. So to the few of you who will be chosen, welcome to Aetherbound Year 1.
Oh, not this
Hi,
one.
Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Yes.
I want to
So,
say some despicable things.
last time on Aetherbound, we began with Aoife and Bernice's adventure, in which Aoife and Bernice followed Bernice sniffing down the hallways, as of yet unexplored in the castle. Until encountering some interesting sounds, predominantly the sound of footfalls going slap, 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 and then the gunk, and then the sound of something rolling, and then gunk as it hit another wall, and then a scraping sound, and then the slap, 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 slap as something kept running and running into walls. They eventually rounded a corner where they discovered their egg with two little blue legs sticking out from the bottom, wandering blindly around before it fell off the edge of a ledge down into the worm forge on a conveyor belt where it was about to be smashed by a giant hydraulic press. Aoife managed to jump down and rescue the egg before being shooed off by a worker. Aoife helped their dragon remove the rest of its eggshell and went back to the dorm. And Bernice was happy to go back to sleep by the fire. No one has told Sable about this, about the fact that Bernice went off on their own adventure. Shiro not sleeping is our second event. So basically, Shiro tracked down a blue fire specter that we hinted at in the session prior to that. This figure made of blue flame moved down the castle hallways and up staircases, the spectre seemingly extinguishing torches as it went and staying just out of reach. Chaos followed dutifully behind with a torch, trying to keep up with Shiro. Shiro nearly knocked over a guy in the hallway, doing a fancy spin kick off the wall to go over him. Chaos then very politely scooted past the guy, slowly apologizing profusely. The guy didn't seem to care beyond confusion and mild annoyance. He was one of the castle guards. Shiro arrived at what he determined to be a graveyard. There was the elder of his tribe, the blue flaming specter, lighting up the black glass pillars. The Elder was curious about something having changed in Shiro, and while the dragon hatching was brought up, it wasn't discussed in detail. Also mentioned an amulet. The Elder also mentioned was an amulet. The Elder mentioning you carry us with you. When Chaos arrived in the graveyard, it was completely dark, but he could see Shiro murmuring to himself. And before he could interrupt, he noticed blue light glinting off the black glass pillars and could see the reflection of a blue figure in them. Chaos determined Shiro was mourning and went up to Shiro to offer words of comfort. Shiro dismissed this and yelled at Chaos for not keeping watch on the dorm in case something happened, even though Chaos correctly pointed out something did happen in which Shiro had taken off in a trance. They both headed back to the dorm and arrived to find some mysterious eggshell on the ground not long before Aoife returned with her dragon. Shiro grumbled some more before determining that Bernice was the most reliable one here and thanked her for guarding Aoife. Uh, Maddie side note. I wonder if Shiro will ever discover the concept of clocking out. In the morning, so good morning to everyone else. Chaos stayed on watch that night, but was fine in the morning. He attempted to cook breakfast for everyone, but Shira got up before Shira got up, but was instead banned from the kitchen. Just straight out banned from the kitchen. Not allowed to cook breakfast anymore. Normal morning activities happened after that. Arvin, a second year student, arrived to collect them for combat class. When they I did consider everyone doing the bit with Lorenzo talking really slowly again just for Huey, but I feel like basically Maddie here Lorenzo performed a stereotype because he was talking like this, and he's a big
Okay.
tall man, and he's like, "Show me your combat abilities," and then
Okay.
suplexed Shiro the moment he got close to him. Shiro responded to the fight to challenge to fight Lorenzo, got suplexed. We've had a few formal complaints, so this is a big thing that happened, and this does involve Lion. Because of some formal complaints and an attempt to break up the troublemakers, Angus and Lion have swapped teams.
Oh.
So you
Okay.
are no longer in the room with freaking Amber. You now share a room with Isidore, the the future Empress.
Okay.
Yes. Angus is now in Dorm Talons and Lion is in Dorm Fangs.
Okay.
Everyone then they had a general discussion with Lorenzo. Everyone basically spoke about what their expertise were. Like Isidore mentioned, like learning how to be a commander, but being pretty good at sleight of hand. Yarrick didn't have any real particular combat skills, and Lorenzo kind of made a stink face at him for that. Dumar used to be a soldier. Angus is a wizard, which we will find out very soon when it comes to the Isa battle. But Amber was a bard for a brief period of time, and Dee Dee was a bard as well. Then there was a 4 versus 4 person combat, in which for Team Talons, Aoife, Shiro, Chaos, and Dee Dee versus Sable, Isa, Isidore, and Dumar. Dumar was the star of the show, according to Maddie's notes. Absolute tank, and Dee Dee got the MVP with the heals.
Mhm.
Aoife, burning hands, so basically in a 15-foot cone, they can be a flamethrower. Burning's hand, the entire group of people. So the Talons won by default because everyone else went down bar Aoife.
Damn. Okay.
There were mixed reactions to this strat.
No,
Okay.
didn't get hit once.
Yeah, and then they just fucking nuked everyone.
Okay.
Angus congratulated them and was like, "That's what I would have done to guarantee the win." It burnt some of Chaos's moss and greenery that is growing on his armor. He was not very
Damn.
happy.
Not for his jewelry.
Yeah, not his aesthetic. Fuck.
Yeah.
Why do you think
Lorenzo.
I'm mad, bro?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Lorenzo decided he'd seen
Was it a
enough,
mobile
and
home?
yeah, Lorenzo kind of getting a feel for everyone, for all the people that had fought, and while they were fighting, he was like kind of having discussions with the others as well. Was able to like develop some lesson plans for like future classes and future training for each of you. After class, Angus and Aoife squared up because they'd been sharing some words of, I believe, what was it that Isa said? Um,
I do not remember.
I'll wreck you, and he's like, bring it, and it's like,
No.
okay.
she just went to like, okay, I'll do
Yeah.
your duel sort of thing.
Yeah. And Angus and Isa basically engaged in a one-on-one duel. Isa
Okay.
went in and shield bashed Angus in the face, and it succeeded in catching him off guard. But Angus, fitting with the theme of the day, fireballed the both of them,
Okay.
which downed both of them, resulting in a draw.
Little
Um,
arsonist.
Yeah, none of you are wizards in this world, but you're probably worldly enough to know that low-level wizards should not be able to cast Fireball.
Can
This
I
fight
just clarify?
lasted all of 10 seconds.
Is Angus the 12-year-old?
Yeah, the 15-year-old boy, yeah, and Cactus
Why
saw
are
that.
we throwing hands with the kid? Okay. Anyway.
He's
There
got
have
it.
been, like I said, there have been some formal complaints to get Angus moved from the room that he was currently in.
Damn. Okay.
And I think about half the people, or slightly more than half the people here, like Angus. The other half do
Yeah.
not care for the child.
Okay.
Isa
Okay.
is one of those.
It all sleep
But-
with one eye fucking open.
It's divided.
But that is the end of our recap. And so
Okay.
I'm now going to ask
Thank you.
everyone what they did with the rest of their day. Because Lorenzo basically gave you guys free reign to go explore the castle, to go do basically whatever you wanted. With the rest of the day, it was like free time for you guys to go and, explore, go talk to people, maybe go get some food, spend time with your dragon. It is your afternoon to spend as you will. I'm just quickly pulling up a thing for locations. So if any of you have anything in particular to do, I can respond. Okay, cool. So we're going to start with Aoife. So Jazz, after class, like after
Yes,
the class
I
has
am
officially
Aoife.
ended, what does Aoife plan to do the rest of the day?
Well, Ifa now has the dragon, so that's pretty cool. So I have a feeling they're probably going back to their room and just kind of sits with the dragon, just kind of like staring at it.
Mhm.
Because they're still kind of acting guilt because it's like this whole conflict within their family now that because their dad was a dragon hunter and their mother is a dragon rider. So
Can I jump in real quick?
yes.
Of course.
Shira knocks on the door.
Damn.
Hello.
Interrupting their brooding.
Hi.
Sorry to be the bother, but may I be dismissed for the rest of the day?
I Loki kind of forgot about you, so yeah.
With that, he just walks out.
Cool. Okay. And Aoife just goes back to kind of staring at the dragon. And I assume the dragon's sort of like bouncing around,
Uh,
or is it kind of tame?
no, hear me out. What is your you tell me. What is your dragon doing? Is it sitting just like at the foot of your bed? Is it really interested in you? Like what would it be doing in this moment?
I want the dragon is really affectionate, in which like Aoife just has no idea how to react because they don't know how they're supposed to react to having this dragon because they're brought up on the idea that they're supposed to be a dragon hunter, but also a dragon rider. It was their whole destiny to like be part of one side of the family and then cut off the other. So it's like this giant decision of what the hell they're going to do with this dragon. So while it's like bouncing around on their bed, they're kind of like maybe push themselves up against the headboard and is just sort of watching it. So
Yeah, I'll say this. This dragon is looking at you, and it's got like big eyes, and it's like coming up, and it's like the equivalent of purring. It's of like and pressing up all up against your legs, and even just like sitting here now, like this morning, you basically had to leave, and it's just been like walking next to you most of this time. Sitting here on the bed, you actually notice that what's the best way of putting it? Um, you notice that this like dragon is looking at you, like yes, affectionately, but almost questioningly as well, and is like just staring you down, like right into your soul, like fucking, you know. It's still purring, but it is just like staring at you. Now that you've kind of like retreated a little bit and pressed yourself against the headboard, it's just looking at you.
hmm.
And when you do that, it like hunches its shoulders a little bit and like turns its head a little bit, like almost in like a huh, like of its own, and it like stops and like looks away from you and looks around at the rest of the room and then looks back at you with those same eyes.
Hey, what's that look for?
Pardon, sir?
Like to the
Oh yeah,
dragon.
what's that look for? Yeah, and the dragon comes forward and very gently bites your hand and then like picks it up and like twists its head so that the hand is above it and then lets go of the hand so the hand's resting on top of it and then it has like a big happy expression on its face, um as like your hands just like resting on it.
Ah, saying like letting out that noise, Eva just sort of slowly, but like very avoidantly is probably not the right word, but like cautiously kind of pats the head of the dragon and then draws their hand away. So it's like really short.
It looks extremely happy while you're patting it. The moment your hand comes away from it, it kind of gives you a look. But then it does move down the bed a little bit and curl up and have a little nap.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes. So is that all like for the rest of your day? Essentially, you're just like spending it in your room.
Basically, I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We need a good brooder. Okay. So we cut to chaos. Class ended. So what did you do with the rest of your day? I know
Well,
you have done the RP thing, like, but
yeah.
still, for the
As
sake of
most
the
people may
recording.
have read in the roleplay thing, Chaos sort of disappeared from the like combat basically as soon as it happened. And he wouldn't talk to anyone and wouldn't like mention anything, but he'd go up to the graveyard where he found Shiro the night prior and go to just sit amongst all of the like leaves and stuff like that, just to settle down and really take in the damage that his armor moss has done. It's only like on one shoulder, so it's not too bad, but he's just wanting to like reconnect with the nature there because there's not a whole lot of nature in this place. So he's just kind of been dwelling there, I think, until it comes to nightfall, I'd say.
Okay, no, cool.
Can I jump in
Uh,
next?
Uh one thing.
Okay.
As like so chaos just stays there for the whole night, basically till morning, right?
Um,
Or
well, technically he would probably go back to keep watch again in the night.
Mhm.
Um,
But until nightfall, because you're in one of the
yeah,
few places
nightfall, not morning.
on the in the castle where you can actually see natural light. So
Pardon, sorry?
you're in one of the few passes in the parts of the castle that actually gets some natural light as it like
Oh, I
filters
see.
down through. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'll say like night does come. You know, you haven't been there for a horribly long time, but you know, you're just enjoying the the nature that's here. You get
Mhm.
the only real sounds other than like the occasional sound of like steps echoing on stone is just the sounds of leaves moving in the wind, of the slight creaking of the small like plants that are in here as they like hold onto the stone.
Mhm.
And as you're, you know, probably getting close to feeling like, oh, it's time to get up, you hear the sound of wings and this and in the arena where you guys had been training earlier that day, which you can like partially see into from where you
Mhm.
currently are, there is a as this like large dragon lands in there, and a figure slowly is undoing the leather straps at his legs, and preparing to dismount his dragon. And a much smaller dragon does slowly and like lazily circles around and like lands nearby. Um, and as these like two figures have like landed in here, you can hear that they've begun to talk.
Mhm.
The first figure seems to be a man, and the second seems to have a more feminine voice. And the first one goes, "Ah, blast it! That's the third time that we've seen him, but we've been unable to capture him. Bloody well knows this area better than we do. I swear it has to be a past rider. It can't just be some random who hatched an egg." Mm, I get what you're saying, but I feel like if they had been a rider for long enough, they would have already been found. It's it's disconcerting, to say the least. I don't know.
Interesting.
Aaron's got us fucking chasing this instead when we could be doing other things. There's more important things going on. I just wish that he would trust us with the more important jobs instead of just chasing after someone who hasn't really been a problem. You know? And these two are talking, and as they come like closer, you're like sitting very much wreathed in shadow at the moment. There are
Yeah.
no like sconces or anything in the graveyard. It seems more a place that people visit during the day. Um, and one of these figures walks into view in the graveyard holding a small ball of flame in their hand. Um, and this seems to be like a shorter elven woman. And standing next to her is like a large Goliath man, and he's got his like helmet under his arm, and they're just like continuing to talk as they're like walking past you towards the spiral staircase that leads downwards. Um, and the sound of wings again as these dragons are like taking off. And you hear as they're walking into the stairs and like starting to make their way down. Look, I just hope this doesn't become a problem that we have to deal with much more. The last time this happened, we lost too many of us. Um, and they disappear from earshot. If you wish to return back to your room, this would be the time you would do so.
I would do so quietly.
Yeah. You don't see any other sign of these riders, so
Mm-hmm.
cool. We go to Isa. What is Isa doing?
After the whole Angus incident, to put it, she's just gone to the library to study her dragon, if the guard class and some other things. Just more reading alone to just spend some time to study her dragon's appearance.
Yeah, okay. Cool. When you go to the library with Rose, I'll say as you go to like step in, like this very large regal library, like this is the largest library you've seen before. Something like a city hall, like a very large important building, would fit in its entirety inside this library. So, and you're able to very quickly make out the fact that this is a school for magic. Knowledge is probably something that they're very keen on. And there doesn't seem to be anyone around, like at all. So, but when you step forward, there is like a book at the front that's like a big index. Was there anything in particular that you wanted to search for?
She was curious of both the dragon classes, just so she could study her Rose's class, and
Yep.
more curious about the other dragon riders there, if there was any knowledge or something about names or
Yeah.
riders
Okay.
mentioned.
Yeah, you're able to find books regarding Dragon class and stuff fairly easy. If you remember in the Dragon Care class, you were told that your dragon is a guard class. So typically, a lot of the dragons that you're seeing, they seem to be more based on their physical characteristics on what class they're in. With the exception of the Elemental class, and like there's two magical and three physical. So you have your wild, guard, and strike class, and then the magical ones, which are the magic class and elemental. Yours fits very firmly into the guard class, and most of these dragons that you're seeing are the larger dragons, the ones with like plating and the ones that look like they could take a direct hit from like a siege weapon and keep going on. You do see a lot of references to that. These kinds of dragons more commonly than others live to be elder dragons and like great worms, just because they've got the sheer physicality to outlive rivals or people hunting them. So if you meet any really old dragons, odds are they'll be a guard class, because it's just you basically have to lay siege to a dragon, which can move and attack you back. So you managed to find some good information about that. I cannot hear you. But you managed to find some good info about that, and you also do find that there is a section dedicated to admin stuff, even stuff regarding like previous Dragon Riders. Yeah, no, still can't hear you.
Sorry, I was trying to plug in my
No, very good. You're back now.
I accidentally put the mic when I'm not going to touch it. I'm probably going to lose all volume again.
It's fine. Did you hear the things that I said?
No. I had no volume. I lost it. Sorry.
You will, for that explanation of stuff I just gave you, you will have to just re-listen because it was just regarding the guard class stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then you do manage to find that there's a section dedicated to like admin and just like clerical like books and stuff that are dedicated to the Dragon Rider like organization in general. And there is a section for current and previous Dragon Riders. Mhm.
She does take only
yeah.
a small gander at it, but she's more focused on discovering more of just the guard, just reading her guard class just to see if she can improve ahead.
Yeah, the most important part from the guard class thing that I said is that they're basically like living castles. To properly kill a large like guard class dragon, you basically need to lay siege to a living magic breathing weapon of mass destruction, which is very difficult because they can just tank those kinds of attacks. But cool. So yeah, you spend that time, the rest of your day in the library. Cool. Next, I will say is Lion. So Huey, after class, which has been like, you sat to the side, Lion sat to the side while other people
Okay.
were in doing this like group combat. But you do have the opportunity to just do some general training with some of the others, maybe even talk to the teacher Lorenzo. Like, what would Lion have done with the rest of his day when because you were essentially given here's a free pass to do what you want.
I think he would have wanted to play, like, maybe the monks really liked volleyball or something. So,
Yeah,
he wanted to
okay.
bro it up. He wanted to play. He
The
wanted to play a game.
beachside
Yeah,
monk temple. Yeah, with all the alcoholic monks who are like bros. Yeah, I know those kinds of
yeah,
temples.
yeah, yeah. They're putting snags on the barbie and they're playing beach volleyball.
Cool.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so I'd probably say the closest you could get to that would be doing some more just like combat training. It's just like this is just generalized training, I guess, instead. But it would just be with these same people. You'd have people like Dumas and Amber willing to play a game of this kind. Actually, while you're in this like large, almost coliseum like arena, you do actually notice that the teacher who was instructed, who you were told was the other combat teacher. Actually, yeah, she reaches under the wall and spins 3 arcane runes that are like on these dials, and the arena that you're in changes to sand.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you were able to do that. Okay,
Nice.
cool. Sable, what did you do with the rest of your day after being given a free pass to do what you wanted?
Sable misses grass. They need to touch grass, bro.
Yeah, okay. You were told in your induction that there is a magical garden that is on campus. You do not know actively where it is. I'll say Chaos, even when you were walking around earlier, you didn't find it. That's why you ended up having to return to the one spot where you knew for a fact there was plant life.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
But I'll say, how long do you spend looking for it?
I don't know. Sable doesn't really like the thing about Sable that you all should know, which was actually going to be my fun fact before I realized that we were like a couple weeks ago, before I realized that our fun facts were going to be things specific to what Nick asked, was that Sable, because they're a Firbolg and blind, they're really struggling at the school because, one, they're blind, so this is a new place and they're not like used to it. So where they'd usually be able to walk around maybe without even any aids because they know where everything is, they can't. And then also the fact that it's very dark and there's some areas where there is just completely flat glass-ish floors, which is really not comfortable for them because they kind of rely on feeling. And two, little bit of like lore, taste, flavor, but since they're a Firbolg, and they're normally connected to like nature and things like that, and that's where Theobald's like things of being druids and stuff come from. Being in a place without those things and being in a room that's underground is really messing with their head and not making them feel very well either, because they're so detached from everything that kind of, you know, like it either gives them solace or like makes them feel, you know, all right. So they're kind of just really lethargic and doesn't have any energy. Random lore drop, yes, but Sable really just wants to find this garden so that they can kind of reset. But since it's really hard for them to navigate around this place at the moment, they wouldn't be able to spend very long trying to search for it unless they like got told specific instructions on where it is, and they kind of don't know where to go or who to ask.
If Sable wanted to, they could ask a guard. That's probably the closest you're going to get.
Yeah, Sable's like going up to like, I don't know, I think they're still in the room at this time. So any of the nearest guards or teachers to them.
Yeah, okay. I'll say it doesn't take very long to find just like guards patrolling. So if you wish, you can ask them, and I'll say you do, and they're able to give you some like decent directions and instructions, and they can see that you've got a seeing eye dog, and I'll say one of them even offers to actually take you there. And you manage to walk your way through like these like winding like stone hallways, and eventually you find yourself stand. Oh my god, alarm's going off, which is distracting me. You find yourself standing in front of a doorway that seems to be humming. But as you like, even as you're approaching with this guard in front of you, you can feel warmth like emanating from this. And as you get to this doorway and like look inside, there is just a field. This is outside. You can feel sunlight against your face.
Me!
You are currently in the middle part of the castle. Like this, and it is currently very late in the afternoon, whereas this seems to be about midday.
Amazing. Sable immediately goes into the field and then just like flops straight down, like gets on their knees and then just like face plants completely into the field and just goes.
The smell of earth and like real grass, like this place, and like you can feel the sun on your face. Bernice like rolls onto her back and like just like starts rubbing her back into the grass, and very quickly falls asleep. How long would you say?
Actually,
Yeah.
because you said that, since I now have my circle, a circle of the shepherd, one of the feats
yeah.
I get from that is that I also have speech of the woods at even at second, like even at level 2. I get speech of the woods where it's like constant active talk, like speech
talking to
with
animals.
I don't fully hear exactly what they're saying. I can still use speech like with animals as its own thing to hear their actual words, but I just now understand what the animals are saying through their actions and motions. So now
I will add
they just left this and now they're like, what the fuck?
I will add that will technically come into effect after you've slept.
Damn it, bitch.
So
I thought it was gonna be really funny.
I was letting you do it because as the next day starts, you're going to have all those abilities, and we were just very quickly kind of going over the summary of the rest of your day.
I thought it was going to be really funny if they both lay down at the same time and both go,
my back.
Like, what the fuck?
I have to ask, how long do you spend here?
Sable is not getting up now. They're like, I need a nap. Bubby is with them as well. They're like,
do you have a nap?
Yes, they have a nap. They're laying in the field, like legs arms spread on their back. Bubby is sleeping on their chest. Bernice is wrapped up next to them. They're like, I don't care. I don't care if anyone sees me right now. I miss touching grass.
Okay. You awake some time later. It probably feels like you're asleep for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and you can hear the sound of someone digging in the dirt. Bernice is still laying next to you, sound asleep. Bubby is not. And when you look over to your right to see this sound, like see where the sound is coming from, there is a man kneeling on the ground in what in front of him seems to be a garden bed, because you can see, even with your vision, you can see the turned dirt that like you must have just run past. And Bubby is sitting on this person's shoulder as this person is slowly digging in the dirt, reaches to their side and puts something in the ground, and then moves over to the next spot. What do you do?
Sable, they finally get on their feet after sitting there thinking that they're seeing a sleep paralysis demon. And then they
I'll say he was like about 15, 20 feet away from you, so he is blurry. But
yeah,
you know enough about Bubby and the sounds that it
yeah.
makes to know that it's over there. Its blurred shape is also on this figure.
Excuse me, I think that's mine on your shoulder there.
Ah, you've awoken. Ah, I come here to relax as well. This is the voice of Farron.
Oh,
And he continues to just move along, and he makes a little actually, can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
yeah, I can do that. That's fine. I
Fail.
can. Don't say that. Don't manifest. Oh, nat 20. Mine. We're fine. And I've
Mhm.
already got a +3, so nat 20.
You
23.
Reverse psychology.
you hear him mutter something, not to you, but to Bubby, and it sounds. The best way to describe it is, you know what? Here, let me make up some words on the fly. Thekastra actrasist. And Bubby twists and stops, like completely sitting still, and then gives himself a big shake and jumps off of his shoulder and runs back over to you. And we'll leave that there. Shiro, what are you up to?
Yay, my turn. Alright, after literally clocking off now,
Mhm.
but for the first time,
Yeah.
he sits down and starts whittling for about an hour of this little talisman of
Where are you doing this? Just in like a
chaos
common room, or?
in the common room, just maybe at at one of the tables.
Yeah, okay. I'll say, yeah, you're sitting at like one of the benches near, like in the kitchen, on like a stool, and just like whittling away.
Mm.
Um, cool. So you just spend your afternoon doing that. Cool.
What are you
Well,
making?
no,
In the art chat, you can see that thing that he put in the first picture is
Oh
actually
my
a wooden
god!
stake that he's whittled out to look like chaos.
That's so
Mhm.
cool.
he's going to he's going to spend an hour on that, and then he's going to go back to the training room to train for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'll say
Until
when you
And
went
play
back
volleyball.
there, when you went back there, you'd see that Lion, Dumar, Amber, and actually most of the people, even Dee Dee's in there, and they're just like playing a game with a ball that you don't recognize.
Woo!
And you spend some time there just hanging out, and everyone returns to their room.
Mm.
We cut to 5 a.m. in the morning. Aoife, you haven't slept a wink. Every time you've started to nod off, your dragon nudges you. And like quite insistent to the point where you wake back up again. And it has just been a constant cycle of like them nudging you, you waking up, you giving them a pat, you doing something, and then nodding off again, and them nudging you again, just repetitively. What do you do?
If is probably going to be like the look at the dragon. It's like, dude, what are you doing? I'm trying to sleep. What's the issue? Is something wrong?
It's gonna
And
like
you can
cock its
see it.
head at you and open its mouth, and you hear like a bunch of like clicks and like a little bit like a sound, like a almost like this little like alarm hollow sound coming out of its throat, and it makes some more clicks, and then it stomps on the like spot where it's standing, like looking at its own feet, and then it looks back up at you.
Aoife didn't get any of that.
Yeah.
Although it does look kind of familiar to something that Lysander used to do.
Mhm.
Obviously, Lysander is a much bigger dragon now,
Mhm.
but Aoife has obviously known the dragon since
Mm.
they were really young.
Yeah.
Not since they were a baby, because the mother's dragon, but it did
You've
look like
known Lysander since he was a young adult dragon. So since he was about 5 years old, which is
yeah,
like for his lifetime, he's now in his like mid-20s. That's you've known him longer than you haven't.
yes. So she's trying to recall what that means because it looks really familiar.
Mhm. This dragon seems to be very hungry. And he has been
Food.
trying to, as much as everyone else has had these last like 2-3 days to get used to their dragons and feed them like scraps of meat and stuff, and even in the dragon care class learn what kind of food that they've liked. You've been unable to do that, and this dragon seems impatient, and it can't really articulate what it wants. It just knows that you're essentially its mother.
Yeah. Is there a kitchen nearby to the dorms? Like anything where there's food
There,
available?
there is the kitchen in the main area if you would like to make something yourself. At this time of day, they've probably just started preparing food in the like communal mess hall, though.
I think maybe I'll take the dragon with me to the communal mess hall and try to see if the dragon will eat
Hero's
something
technically on shift.
Yeah, I was going to ask who is on watch because was it Shiro or Chaos? Because I remember Chaos said that they were going to go to
Shiro
bed.
still hasn't slept. Shiro
Yeah,
needs to go to bed.
Sleeping.
Shiro, you're gonna get exhaustion so
What?
bad. that
Shiro's
technically-
sleeping.
No,
He's
hear
put the
me out.
talisman thing on his
Shiro did go to sleep after the thing with the spirit. So,
Okay.
Well, I'll allow
so
him to
he,
get more sleep.
so Chaos is taking watch.
Yeah.
Are you? I take it you're in the communal area.
Yes.
Cool.
Sorry, can
You
I
will.
just ask a question quickly? What
Uh-huh.
time is it in game for them?
5 a.m.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, sorry guys, Sable is also up at this time.
Shiro
Again.
will
You
also
did
be
not
up at the
return
start.
back to the dorm.
Oh, I'm still there! Oh, I thought you were saying, oh, we'll leave it at that, and you were just telling me, no, your scene is done. Oh, oh no! Oh no! This is worse! Sorry guys, go back to your thing.
Shiro will be up, but he has slept, and he's
It's like this is your you've just woken up. It's 5
Yeah.
a.m. beginning of your day. Cool. I will say the pair of you then are like just chilling in like the kitchen kind of area when Aoife does come out of their room holding their dragon. And the dragon, as soon as you like open this area and it comes into like this space here, it starts like squawking and like trying to climb up onto your shoulders and like up on your head. And keep in mind it's only got the two legs because the other two are wings, like it's the wyvern.
Yeah.
So this thing's like coming up and like hooking onto your shoulders with its wings, Aoife, and then like trying to clamber up you. But it's much more excitable now that it's out in this space.
Right. Aoife's probably going to be a little annoyed by that because they're trying to hold them in their arms, but like sort of like as if like when you're holding something, but it's like sticking it out a little bit away from you type of thing. Because obviously they still don't know how to feel about this dragon. They're like not mad at it or like there's no hate towards it. It's just like
Mhm. Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
like a
what.
it's like a puppy nipping at you. You still love the puppy. It's just it's
It's
annoying.
like when someone holds a baby and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. I'll say
Yeah.
the two of you do see as Aoife walks out holding this dragon, and this dragon is just a menace. But Aoife's just like trudging past, walks down the stairs, and is like, I'm going to the mess hall, and leaves. Cool.
Chaos is just gonna silently look at Shiro in like question. Like if he could raise an eyebrow, he'd be raising an eyebrow, you know? Um
Mm. Mhm.
is you know what that one's doing?
Shiro looks like does like the like head down like release tension and then slightly looks over to Chaos and then gets up and goes and follows Aoife.
Oh,
Cool.
that's not what I was into. Alright. That's
And
is that
the pair of them are gone.
Chaos
Cool.
is left alone again. Damn!
Yep.
He like clenches a fist
Alone
like, God
again.
damn it. My attempts to be friends with people.
You're like it's like the dude like holding the sand on the beach. He's like, no.
Yeah.
Shiro leaves the
uh,
little idol though on the counter.
hmm.
Oh, Chaos is
Having
probably
not
looking
given
at
it
that.
to you, I will say it's probably a few minutes because there's stuff that's on the benches. Probably takes you
Mm.
a couple of minutes, but you do see the idol that he was working on because he was just carving away at something, but he's left it there. So you now can add to your inventory one chaos idol.
Oh, I'm not gonna take it. I won't take it.
Okay, if you
Take
don't
it.
take it, then yeah.
No, I'm
Okay,
not
but
gonna take it. This man was just working on it for so
Mhm.
long. I'm
You're
not gonna
right. You're
take
right.
it.
Maybe he's gonna do more. What is Duck doing?
Um, Dark has probably like for the like initial like graveyard stuff probably been really curled up to me, and I've been
Mhm.
like giving lots of pets and cuddles. Um, given a good scratch under the chin. Um, though when he returned, he did definitely tuck Duck in.
Yeah.
And he thinks probably just now is probably still a little bit too early to wake up Duck, so
The
probably
duck's
still
just in
sleeping.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Aoife and Shiro, you make your way to this communal mess hall, and when you get there, there seems to be a decent number of people awake. You know, plenty of the soldiers and guards are here. They've just like the night shift is about to end, and these guys are getting in their last bit of food before they go out on to their turn to patrol. There's a few mages here, not very many, but the magisters are walking around. And then at a table in this hall, you see three figures. You see Lorenzo, the fighting instructor. You see Jake, the archmage, like the magic teacher, and you see Gwyn. And as you walk in, you hear a "You! I need to talk to you," and it is Gwyn pointing at Aoife.
Oh God. Okay.
Shiro will,
What
uh,
did you do this time?
Shiro will
and
step
she,
in front of.
no, and the thing she says it very loudly, and she's rushing over. She's got a huge look on her face, and she goes, "Your dragon hatched! Why did you not come find me immediately? Only what I found out from Lorenzo of all people. I'm so excited. The suspense has been killing me. Come on!" And she like gestures at you to like come to the table where the teachers are sitting.
Uh, Not the reaction Aoife was expecting. Um, they thought it was something to do with yesterday or the day before when they did the whole fight thing. I think that was yesterday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aoife kind of awkwardly follows Gwyneth
Mhm.
to the table. So
Mhm. Cool. As you get there, Gwyn has like moved some like plates and stuff out of the way, kind of clearing the space, and like makes a gesture to one of the servants that is walking around, and they bring out two trays of food. Shiro, this food's okay. You could have cooked better, but like
Okay,
this is serviceably good food. Like these people are still cooks and chefs
it's
that have
not
prepared
shit,
it. Yeah. Well, in
but it's
your
close
eyes.
to it.
Aoife, this is to the quality of food that you probably have eaten most your life. Like, this is decently good food.
Yeah.
Not banquet worthy food, but your standard day to day food. Um, and as you like come up, because Gwen isn't actually sitting down, she's like curls up on like her snake part, like on the bottom half of her. There's actually 2 seats free for you. And as you're there, Lorenzo goes, "Oh, I see you're up nice and early. Good. Having a good control of your time and a good work ethic will get you far in this place." And Jake, the Archmage, looks fucking wrecked. He's holding probably the largest mug, like almost like a pint glass, but the largest mug of coffee you've ever seen. And he's like, "Good morning." And he's wearing a gown underneath his wizard robes. Like you can see like the robes open at the front. He's wearing like a big fluffy gown underneath it, and he's like, "I don't deserve to be alive right now. I need to sleep." Takes a huge chug from his mug, and he goes, "Ah, that's better."
That's a good cup of Joe.
Yep. You know how much coffee you can compress into a single drink with magic? This shit's good. And he just like takes
Nothing
another
addiction.
huge drink, and Lorenzo and Jake are just like here as well. But Gwen is like super excited. She's like, oh my god, you have to show me the little procrastinator. Do you have a name yet? No. Oh, this one's so interesting. Do you hand over your dragon?
Yeah, well, no, I think I'll just kind of hold it out. And as soon as she tries to grab it, I think my fingers just kind of tense a little bit around the dragon as if not wanting to let it go.
Mm-hmm. As you're like holding the dragon, like holding onto it, it's like you're like grabbed, like it's essentially standing on your hands, and you like kind of grab its foot to stop it from pulling it away. She's like, she doesn't really care. She's like extending out its wings, like, "Oh, very interesting," and like looking at the like little spikes in the back of its head. And she's like, "Oh, very interesting, very pointy one, this one, and these colors, blacks, purples, blues." Suggests to me this is maybe a nocturnal dragon, or perhaps one that would hunt at dusk. This four-limbed arrangement, 2 legs, 2 wings, actually makes a dragon faster generally. They aren't really carrying the weight of the whole other set of legs, but they also tend to be smaller. 2 legs support less weight. Makes sense, right? The face of the this dragon is long, covered in black scales, but under the jaw it transitions to a cool evening blue. A small set of horns atop of its head. 3 peaks forming almost a crown shape. This deep purple, the pointed scales along its spine, hardened, almost mistaken for metal. Natural armor? The main body's black, the underbelly's blue. This is very interesting. And she's like just obsessing over this dragon. This is very much this is her autistic rant about your dragon. For the better words. Um, and she just seems so genuinely excited and happy. Um, like it's almost infectious, like how much she is like just enjoying being able to look at a new baby dragon. Um, and after a little while, she like holds, she picks up, some of the food that was on your plate, like a little bit of, like ham, like that's almost been, uh, roasted like and it has been fried up, and she like holds it in front of the dragon, and its eyes lock on,
Okay.
and it just bites down and eats the whole bit of ham immediately. Um, and it like kind of now that its attention is like more on the food, it is trying to get out of your hands under the table.
I okay. I think obviously if it realizes, oh, this is something that it likes, I guess I know that now. So
Mhm,
they'll probably just let go of it and let the dragon just go towards
mhm.
the food.
As it like goes down to the table, Gwen's like, "Oh, probably shouldn't put it on the actual up there. Yep, it's gone. Yep." And this dragon's just devouring every morsel of food that it can see on your plate. Anything you haven't touched in all of this, it is like huffing it down. And it's actually at this point that as it's eating, you see that its tail splits a little bit, and Gwen's like, "Oh, very interesting. You don't see this very often." Um, and she like actually like kind of like grabs like the base of the tail almost and applies like a little bit of pressure, and it fully splits in half. The tail does, and they both seem to be very prehensile. Like they move around, and they like one of them like curls around her wrist, and the other one kind of like is like wrapping around like another part of her hands as she's like inspecting it. Oh, this makes sense. This dragon being very front heavy, a lot of the plating, the balance, the extra weight of the muscles. Ah, yes, and the movement help better for stabilization. Um, indeed. Hmm. Yes, and she's just like very fascinated on the fact that this dragon has just done something new and has a prehensile tails that are just like going around latching onto stuff. And then after a few seconds, they like snap back together almost to the point where you can't tell that they're two tails. Um, for you specifically, when you do combat with your dragon, you will have a tail strike. Just as like an added thing, it is one of the things your dragon can do because it has prehensile tails.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But cool. The rest of the morning, like the rest of the breakfast, is just like a lot of her info dumping shit on you. Most of it going in one ear, out the other. Um, Seeing how tired you are, Jake does like just like conjures a cup out of nothing and like pours some of his coffee into it and like hands it to you. And he looks at Sharon and goes, my brain hurts. This is too much information."
That is so
Um,
fair, yeah.
I will say the moment you drink from do you drink the coffee?
Yeah, I probably will. Yes.
The moment you have a sip of it, you feel completely revitalized. You will not suffer a point of exhaustion for having been awake all night. Though with how
Well, that's
energized it
Why
makes you
only
feel,
me?
with how energized it makes you feel from a sip, you look at Jake who is sculling the rest of his mug. And when he puts it down, he still looks very, very tired. And he looks he pulls out a pocket watch and goes, "Well, my first class has started 10 minutes ago," because he's been there about an hour. He's like, "Yep, my class has started 10 minutes ago. I should probably leave." And he stands up,
maybe.
and you notice that he's currently in slippers as well. And the man, kind of almost like a corpse, starts to just like fucking like that's how tired he looks. Walks away and out of the room.
Good for
Uh,
him, honestly. He
yeah,
knows his
bro,
limits.
bro's living his life. Um, but yeah, and I'll say that that's what your guys' morning starts like. Sable,
Hoo-hoo-hoo.
this man in front
Yeah.
of you who seems to just be gardening, and it said, "Oh, you're awake. Yeah, I come here to relax myself sometimes." He doesn't really seem to be paying you much mind. Bobby has come back over to you, but he's kind of like running around. He like rubs up against you, kind of like how cats do. But he will like go back over and just sit next to Farron and look at what he's doing. And while Farron's turning over some of the dirt, a mouse bolts out of the dirt. And Bobby is gone, chasing that thing. Just boom, booked it. Probably makes it a solid 120 feet away from you before this mouse took it really quick. Like went really quickly, and he catches it, and then he just kind of starts crawling around in the grass off in the distance a little bit, like prowling through it. You can still
That's so
see,
funny.
you can still
That's so
hear
funny
him,
after
but you
finding out
cannot
they're
see him.
vegetarian too.
Yeah. Uh,
Vegetarian, but just kills for the love of the game.
yeah, yeah. If you go over there, you'll find just a dead mouse. It's not even
Yeah,
eaten.
it's just me walking in. It's just Sable walking into their room and being like,
Oh, it's a
"Why
psychopath.
is there a dead mouse under my pillow? You don't even eat these. You
And
just do this for fun. You fucking weirdo."
and then the mouse gets up and runs away.
Yeah,
Um,
they're like, "No, no, no. I didn't."
we're
Wait,
just
wait, wait.
playing,
Genuine?
Mom. We're just playing.
Yeah, no. Genuine question. Now that I've had a nap, does my beach with the woods or
No,
whatever
not quite
work
yet.
yet?
No,
Damn
not
it!
quite
Because I
yet.
was gonna be like, it
Believe
would
me,
be
I have a
so funny if
moment.
I heard
I've
if I heard Bobby's thought process then, and they're just like, not like their full thought process, but I just feel the feeling of being like, ah, yes, my mom, ah, yes, strange but nice man.
mice,
Mhm.
mice, mice, mice. Just like
Mice,
you know the
mice.
lizard meme.
Yeah, yeah.
Lizard, lizard, mice, mice, mice.
Yeah. But yeah, so Bubby's just kind of like you can hear him running around, like you can hear more like the crashing of like sticks and stuff breaking, more than really see him. But Bernice is just sitting next to you, and you can see her head like turning every now and then as Bubby's just like being a menace, climbing a tree, stuff like that. And Farron's about 10 feet away from you, still doing his own thing when you hear, "Do much gardening yourself? I know that you lived on a farm. You're a sheep herder, right? I take it your parents did your parents' siblings did most of the actual labor in the fields."
To that, Sable like is kind of blushing and looks a little embarrassed and like stands up really straight and they're like wiping their clothes because they're obviously covered in like dirt and grass. And they're like,
Yeah.
my mother actually gardened, but I did most of the manual labor actually.
Indeed. And he like waves his hand a little bit, like you can see he's like, "Don't bother cleaning the dirt or anything. I'm dirty myself, you know. Comes with gardening and nature. A nice time to relax."
Um,
So, uh, what brought you here?
Sorry, Sable's still mildly tweaking out right now. Um,
Mhm.
just know that as they're reacting, they're now like just uh picking at their like nails, like very like trying to find something to do, and like walks up a little bit closer to him so that they're not just
Mhm.
like fucking
Yeah.
blind and standing in the middle of a field hoping that they're talking in the right direction.
You get like just to lay out the scene. You're about 10 feet away from Farron. There's clearly this like turned over ground here. There seems to be like a large pile of rocks on the other side of this ground, almost like a semicircle almost. Of just like piled stones and stuff. And while you guys are still in like direct sunlight, there are trees and stuff nearby, so there is a little bit of filtered light nearby and stuff. So if you want, you could go stand in the shade, and still be within like 5-10 feet of him.
Mm. No, they want to stay in the sun. They're like they just kind of come up near him, but like they're still a little hesitant, and they just very quietly are like too cold here, and it's
Mhm.
so sad.
Or without turning towards you, he says, "Could you help an old man? And could you hand me that?" And he's like, there seems to be like a bag filled with like fertilizer.
Okay, they do pick up the fertilizer. Do I need to wait? If it's heavy, do I need to roll anything, or is it fine?
No, you pick this up. It's like lifting a normal sack. It's not, and anything you did on your farm, this is easy.
Okay.
Being so close to him now, you can see that he actually like the only interaction you've had so far is seeing him in the hall when you were like frozen and couldn't move. And he's now within like view of you, being able to actually see like the features of his face, and he has a long curved like white mustache, and every hair on his head is white, and his skin looks old and withered and sagging. This is a very, very old man, probably older than most humans you have ever seen. um and he's like, thank you, dear. And he is going to put in his like trowel into it and like pull out like a small pile and like tap it in front of him, and every now and then he scoops a little bit and mixes it into the dirt. And as he's moving, he just makes a gesture every now and then for you to like bring it further with him.
After a bit of that, of like kind of sitting there and just doing what he asks,
Mhm.
Sable interrupts the silence to ask how why he would know anything about them.
About you. He goes, "Oh, I know plenty about all of my students. I have been busy as of late, but I know more than a stranger would, for example. So I, hmm, I'll say that I've been keeping an eye on you. And the others.
I suppose I should take it as an honor.
I'm just an old man who will teach you some lessons that may be very useful. But there's nothing to be flattered over or embarrassed about. Don't worry, it's not some omniscient gaze. It's and he's just continuing, and after a little while, he actually grabs. You see, he like pulls out what seems to be a small sapling, almost from like nowhere, by his side, and he actually places it in front of him, and he hands you a trowel, and it's like, I need you to dig a slightly larger hole here, and then you said you haven't done much of the gardening. You'll put this sapling in, and we'll pull some of the earth, and we'll lay some stones around it, and it will help keep it secure. And he's like looking at you expectantly.
I'll do just that. Do I have to roll anything?
Sure.
Or...
Can you roll me a nature check?
Of course I can.
Mhm.
If my sheet wants to load so that I can double check that I'm not going to fuck up this extremely. That'd be really funny though. That would make me giggle a little bit if I fucked up a nature check terribly.
I'll say you have advantage because you did grow up on a farm. As much as you might not have done a heap of gardening, this might be something you had done in passing, or even just as like helped while someone else did. So it's not.
Yeah, definitely helped out my mum, but she's definitely the type of person that's like, no, you'll just mess it up. No,
Yeah.
let me do my thing. I don't want any help.
Yeah.
I complains about no one helping, but then is also like, I don't need it. I just want to complain.
Bloody kids, Sharon. They never come out and help you in the garden when you need some assistance. They're just all too bloody busy doing their own stuff. Don't they know that I'm their mother? I'll just stay for one drink. But yes, what did you get?
5. I fucked up my soup.
As you go to like put it in and start to remove the dirt, Farron goes, No, here. And he puts his hand on yours and goes, and like just like guiding your hands is like more to the right here and now. And he's like holding the stem while you pull in the dirt. And he's like, excellent. See? Learning new things.
Being
And then
blind
there's
still fucked you up.
then there is a little like sound, almost like a gong, that goes off and he goes, Oh, is that the time already? Oh. Sorry, I've kept you for far longer than I should have.
It's okay.
Here.
I don't mind. This was a
And he
pleasure.
stands while you're talking and like dusts his hands down, and you can see that the leg on his right leg is actually like semi-transparent. It's no longer glowing as like brightly as it was previously, but you can see that you can like see through it. And he goes, "Well, did you enjoy your time here?"
This is the most I've felt like myself since I got here.
Well, I think I might have something to fix that. And he lets out a whistle, and you hear behind you, "Wah, wah, wah." And then he's like, And while you are looking towards the sheep, going, "Oh my god!" Farron raises his hand, snaps his fingers, and you awaken and it's morning. You are currently still in this room, but it is there's like dew on the grass, and the you can almost like looking up at the roof, almost like see a ceiling, like kind of through the haze that is the sky. And there are like two sheep here, who are like lying right next to you, and Bernice is asleep, and Bubby's there with you. But yeah, you wake up and it is morning.
They're like
Has a crash out.
Yeah, no, they're just like, I'm gonna die from interacting with all royals. I can't do this shit. No, they were like, this was very pleasant. They turned to the sheep and they're like, oh, hello. What's your
Hey.
name?
Ah, Dave. And it's almost so quick you didn't even notice it. And I will say, any other prompting from them, you don't hear them anymore. It was just
Yeah.
very clearly like in your mind, you just hear the sheep go, Dave, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Table at first goes, oh yes, Dave. Dave? You weren't supposed to answer. Come back.
and then the sheep's just chewing grass and they kind of walk away a little bit. And that'll wrap up your morning there.
Wait.
Um, yeah.
Sable does turn to Bernice and Bubby, and they're like, okay, what's your name?
And Bernice just does a huff, like a little huff at you.
Like,
And
damn,
but,
I
but
just wanted to check I wasn't crazy.
and Bernice gives you a look. um, but yes,
I'm taking crazy pills.
with that concluded, would you go back to the dorms after this?
But I ran out of
Is it
crazy.
also 5 a.m. now for me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm hungry as fuck, and I want porridge. I also want to go to the mess hall.
Well then, yeah, you go there and you actually see that Aoife and Shiro are there. The two teachers have left at this point because it's oh no, you would have gotten there actually probably just as Jake was leaving. So but they're sitting in there and you manage to order some porridge and you manage to eat. And the day begins. So
Sure gives Sable a look long enough for them to notice, and then slowly just looking away.
They're like, it was a weird night, guys.
yeah. yeah, you had a weird night.
I can't wait to go to the princess and be like, fuck. So, your uncle, is he normally that ominous but friendly?
He's for age gap reference, he would be more comparable to a great grandfather
God damn.
than uncle. Just for like so people can like frame that in their minds. He is a 90-year-old man.
Oh, this bitch geriatric.
Yes. Bro,
I thought
he's
you
a
said he was
nonagenarian.
like 80 max.
No,
Damn.
he's a nonagenarian.
God damn. Okay.
He's been an active dragon rider for 70 years as a human.
God damn. All right. I will stop talking now and let everyone else continue.
Chaos, while you're on guard, you like see this like little like thing that Shiro's made. There's some sounds of people starting to get up. It's just hit 6 a.m. And then next to you, you hear what sounds like a crackling and then plume of like the sound of like flames igniting. And when you turn to look towards the sound, there is a neat pile of mail just inside the door.
Oh my god.
To the dorms.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Can I go check the mail and see if I got a response, please?
Oh my god.
Of course.
I can't believe I'm this excited.
When you run up, you see that there is. Sorry, just.
Wait, this is the reason we don't have another comic. They were
Sorry,
waiting for a response.
I am just quickly double checking. Okay, you see that there is what seems to be the letter that you wrote, Chaos. There, it seems like it went to the address and then was returned. You can look at it more in depth in a second, but there's also a letter for Yarrick. There's a letter for Dee Dee. There is a letter for Sable, and then there are no other letters.
I suppose I will go and do the delivery duties and go and slip it under each respective door.
Yeah, you slide the letters under each door. As you're like sliding the door under the letter under Yarrick's door, he actually opens it. It's like, oh, no, pleasant surprise. Oh, finally, a letter. I've been waiting. My daughters,
A letter.
They are. They're having to deal with me being away from home. Thank you.
Is this your first time away?
Well, since my girls were born, yeah, they lost their mother when they were young, but they're living with their grandmother at the moment. I'm glad that they've got someone out there to look after them. While I'm in here, of course. I don't smell breakfast cooking. Here, I'll put something on the stove. And he walks towards down to the kitchen area.
He will follow suit. However, he'll probably go to wake up Duck now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duck is super excited. He's like, he yawns a lot when you first walk in, but after the first few like minutes, he's like, whoa, I am psyched. He's like running around the room. He's got the zoomies, just like spin, 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 like just running around you in circles incessantly.
Oh yeah.
And the
I will
others
not interrupt the zoomies. That is allowed.
And the others do wake up and they begin to make their way into the communal area. After like everyone's awake and all the dorms and stuff have been opened, it's quite clear that Shiro, Aoife, and Sable are not here at the moment.
Did I? Mm,
You
did I?
you didn't see Sable come home, but you did see Aoife and Shiro leave.
I'm gonna go look for Sable.
Okay, cool. Is Duck coming with you?
Yes. Duck needs some breakfast though. I'm
Are you
gonna.
taking the letter with you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can Lion be like juggling his dragon and he's like, yo, I gotta walk this thing, like, can I come?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. It
if
is
you'd like to.
very, very efficient to care for your dragon in such needs. Come
Thanks,
along.
thanks.
As you guys are, as the pair of you are like walking towards the entrance to the storm, Chaos, you walk through the entrance perfectly fine. But the moment that Lion goes to leave, the band on their wrist goes, and Lion, you find that you cannot physically pass the doorway
Oh.
Yeah.
because you are on house arrest still.
Aha, you're on house arrest.
Yes, so you are only
Chaos is gonna
allowed to
like.
go around and explore and stuff when you have explicit permission.
Okay. Maybe he like throws himself at it a couple of times until he's like, it's not working. But then how's he meant to go and find people to ask? How does he get permission to leave?
You'll have to ask your teachers when you're in class.
Okay.
Amber is also under this same restriction. She is also bound, like, has to stay in the dorm unless given other permissions.
Chaos is gonna like look back at you and kind of like pause for a moment before it goes. Oh, are you okay?
No, I'm freaking pissed. This is so
Oh,
annoying.
No, Tekis
how
casually
long?
slides through the barrier unimpeded.
And then Lion's like, look, Chaos, this might be a bit of an ask, but I feel like
Can I walk your dragon?
if Bro does not stretch his legs, even though he doesn't have legs, he's gonna be pain in my ass the whole day.
I can do this, no problem. No
Thank you.
problem at all.
Thank you.
Is your dragon uh any specific needs
Um, uh, that's a good
that you
question.
know
Let me know if you find out any.
of? He's just gonna do a little like 2-finger salute and then like try to scoop up the little like snake.
Yeah, it immediately like starts like slithering in all the cracks and gaps of your armor, and until it's like it actually like sticks its head up like under where like your like almost like your neck where the gap is, and it's like in your armor right now,
Oh my
basically, with
god.
just its head sticking out. Um, and it's like wiggling a little bit every now and then to like keep its like grip, but for the most part, this snake dragon, this Natechus, is just sitting there. If you were to like look down, you would see the top of his head.
Oh, that's so cute.
Duck
I'm
does
Lion
gonna
not
go
gets
look.
take.
really sad, and he like
Duck does not
waves.
look very amused at this. Duck almost actually looks grumpy at
Oh,
this
jealous.
closeness and is like
Oh,
walking with his like tail with his tail on the ground, like not like usually it's like all up and it like is jumping around like almost like it's in low gravity. He's just walking next to you.
Do not fear. It is okay. This is just temporary. You will be best of friends with this one. Yes. He's gonna also offer his other hand to Doug to climb up as well.
Yeah, Duck does, and Duck like immediately like clambers up you and like sits on the shoulder, and almost like where cats like bop each other, reaches out and fucking whacks
Oh my god.
Notekis' head.
Oh my god. Okay.
And
No.
Notekis just like hisses a
No.
little bit, but like doesn't attack
Attack
back.
attack down.
No. We do not strike the danger noodle. This is not what we do. Okay.
Lion,
Be
that's what they're
nice.
doing as they're like heading off, and you find that you are yourself confined here.
Mhm.
Mhm. Is there anything else that anyone who is still in the dorm? So Jack, oh, it's just Jack. Is there anything else that you would specifically like to be doing in the morning before I go back to all the others?
No. No, Isa would
Mhm.
probably just also just go to the mess hall to eat casually, but
Yeah,
probably
okay.
be
I will
isolated
say
in
that yeah, Yarrick is currently cooking.
Or
But
Yarrick.
yeah, oh no, Yarrick enjoys cooking.
No, but
Um,
like as soon as he starts cooking, everyone leaves.
well, I guess they just weren't very hungry. Well, more for those of us who stay behind. And nothing wrong with a little bit of leftovers. Um, yeah. So yeah, if there's nothing in particular, you're heading to the mess hall as well. I'll say you do make your way past Lion, who's like dejectedly walking back after not being able
Oh,
to
what a
Mhm.
skill issue for
make.
Lion. Damn.
Where's
And you,
sulking?
yeah. Do you
Good
bring
job.
Rose with you?
Yes.
Okay. I will say on the thing, you should be able to control your own dragons as well.
Oh, they're on the
Um,
thing.
yeah, they're on the map.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Where's the critter?
uh, I am just doing the nameplates now. This is your one over here, right in the doorway.
Oh, there's child. There we are.
Yeah, like I said, I'm
Perfect.
just activating the nameplates, so it actually has the names on there, so you guys can just like look at them and know exactly who's who.
Fair enough.
Cool. So all of our player characters, bar Lion, have made their way to the mess hall. Lion, is there anything else that you wish to do, or anyone that you wish to talk to in this room?
Is Angus there?
Angus is here. Angus is sitting on one of the
Oh, thank
stools, and
God.
he is
And
currently holding what looks like a small carved wooden figure. And he's like, "What is that? Who made this? This is incredibly good."
did Lion witness Angus doing all of that crazy maid shit that was
Oh
like
yeah,
risky?
yeah. You yesterday, like he looks fine now, but
Hard to
yesterday
miss.
he took a full shield to the face from Isa, who you've already seen is kind of formidable, like and seems to be
Yeah.
like trained in combat. Took a full shield to the face, and then like smiling, with his like mouth full of blood, like all over his teeth and everything, like cast fireball directly at his own feet,
Okay.
to take the both of them out.
Okay.
So yeah, you definitely watched that, and afterwards he seemed fine because like the arena that you were in like pulsed, and like everyone who went down gets back up because it's like training. There's no fear
Yeah.
of death in that specific configuration. But yeah, Angus is
So
here, and he's just talking to like, oh yeah, I said he had the little figure, but yeah, you can
Lion
talk
like
to him if you wish.
slides up to him and he's like, "So you seem pretty good at this magic shit."
Yes. He's like he laughs a little bit and like looks. He's like, "Oh, you're being serious." Yeah. No, I already essentially had a full scholarship to come here to this to the Void Keep
And then
before I even
Lion,
had a dragon.
damn, bro. Well, listen,
Yeah, I was
I
I was
got
going to be one of the magisters.
I got a little bit of a magic problem here. And he like thunks down his wrist with the thingy on it. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
And I was wondering if you could help me out with this here problem.
Okay. What is it?
It's dude, I can't even get out of the damn dorm room.
Yeah, and Amber's like, Yeah, we were caught sneaking out in the first room. Like,
We were going for a
we
walk.
went to the spire, and Angus is
We
like,
were-
the spire? What the fuck? The one spot they said not to go.
We went for a walk, okay, man. Look, can you
Who
help us or
caught you?
not?
What did you? So what? You guys got caught by the guards or some shit?
Uh, maybe. Look, can you help us? Or are you just gonna make fun of us?
Amber turns to him. Lion got turned into a mouse, and Angus is like, "Oh, okay, um, okay, come here.
Can
I'll
you help
have a look
tell
at
him
it."
about the mouse thing? You have a look
Yeah,
at it. Thank
yeah,
you.
it's pretty funny. We got caught by Farron. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have a look. Show me the manacle.
I'm like,
Uh,
yeah,
I am
sort
going
it out.
to do a roll. Fucking natural 20. He looks at it and he's like, "Ooh,
Oh
yeah, no,
hell yeah!
I'm not gonna be able to break that enchantment."
What? Do you know
Yeah,
anybody who
that's
can?
yeah, the person who enchanted it, Farron.
Ugh. Where do I find him? How am I meant to find him when I can't even leave?
Well, I believe you have a letter from him.
Wait, do
Oh
I
wait, no.
actually?
Oh no, you don't, because you're on the losing team. So Angus says
Wait.
that. You should have gotten a letter from
Damn.
him, right? Oh wait, no, your team lost. Sorry.
Okay,
Um,
well, in my defense, I was kicked off one team, so
mhm.
not my fault.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. I took your spot.
I'm never. You're just a little shit kid, aren't you? Never
Hey,
mind.
whoa,
Line like
whoa!
gets up.
What is that for? I tried to help you. What?
Watch it,
I
buddy. Ryan says.
you for all intents and purposes, you took my spot in my room, and Isidore's like, and we're all thankful for that. Like we're all thankful for the fact that there's some change ups to the rooms. Lion, you don't snore, which is a good start.
You're welcome.
And Isidore like walks around like behind Amber and like over towards into the kitchen more. And Angus is like giving her like the stink eye, and he's like, "Look, if you need anything other help with like magic or anything more in the arcane, then I'm your guy." But yeah, no, sorry. Like I would help if I could, but that's
All
just
right.
like a too high a grade of enchantment for me to break at my current skill level.
Lion
Come
like
back, come
ruffles
back
his
to me in a
hair.
year, and maybe I could break it.
Okay. Lion like ruffles his hair and he's like, "Thanks, man. You're not a shit kid. You're all right."
Thanks, I guess.
I'm actually 49.
But no, this is not a chill chuck situation. But as that happens,
No,
the morning continues as it as it does in the dorm. You guys just more or less hang around. Yarrick cooks for you guys. There's some casual conversation going on, and we cut to the mess hall. So Aoife and Shiro, you've probably been here for about an hour when Sable shows up. Um, and not long after Sable has shown up, probably 15, 20 minutes, Chaos with Duck and Notekis shows up, and then only like a minute or two later, Isa shows up. So all of yous are here, all with a bunch of dragons. Um, and you find that you probably have to sit at a bigger table. But not that big an issue. You've managed to find one. Um, Actually, as you like with so many of you in, I'd probably say some of the people actually clear a table for you so you guys can all sit down. Um, but yeah, Chaos, you've currently got the letters for. So I realized as well there was also a letter for Aoife and a letter for Shiro.
Well,
Um,
I would, yeah. Any of the people who weren't in
wait,
their rooms at that point, I think I would carry their letter with me then
yeah,
to give
yeah.
to them
So yeah,
now.
Chaos, Shiro, Angus, Amber, Dee Dee, and Aoife got a letter as well as Sable.
Okay. And
Sable.
is Lion here now or not yet?
No,
Like, is Lion allowed to eat?
Lion is allowed to eat in the dorm room.
Dang. All right, so I just
Lion
have their
gets
lunch.
poor food.
Okay.
Don't worry, like
Okay.
there will be opportunities for Lion to explore the castle and stuff. You just need to ask someone.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm babysitting for a little while, which is okay. But I will go to each person and hand out their letter. This is for you. This is for you. And I think this one is for you too.
Wait.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Cool.
Oh,
Do
thank
any
you. I
do
can do
any
nothing with this.
yeah, I was gonna say, do
I
any
can
of
read it.
yeah. All right. Okay, I am going to have to send you a thing.
Yeah.
Sable.
I get to
Okay.
read.
Can I say just something about Sable's eyesight?
Yeah.
Okay. Sable, since they're legally blind, but not like completely blind, it's just getting worse. If they really tried to, they could read this, but one, would take a long time, probably not very well, and two, it's a lot of effort and kind of hurts them, and they're like, I just slept in a field all night. I don't even know what happened. I don't know how long I actually slept. They're like, when you walk in, this is the Sable's eyes. They are completely glazed over and they're just staring off into space with like the most like
Yeah.
brain dead look, just like
Mm-hmm.
idly giving vegetables to Bubby, like they are shell shocked. And they're like,
Mhm.
I don't want to try focusing my eyes right now.
Would
Yeah.
you like me to read
I will
for
have
you?
to ask because I don't know if I got a response earlier. Cade, what is Sable's brother's name?
Oh, I sent it. It's Thaddeus.
Thade. Yep, Thaddeus.
Thaddeus
There we go.
Smith.
Okay, so this is the full letter.
Oh my god. Okay.
I know.
Alright.
I was expecting to say this all, so
Do
No,
I
it's
not
okay.
get to,
I can read it.
do I get to be sent it too, even though
No,
I'm a
I'm
character?
no, no, you don't get to.
Fuck!
No,
I'm reading
don't
it
be
to you. You have to pay
don't be stupid.
attention.
After you've
Wait.
read
Would
this
you like?
out, if other people want to read their letters, we can as well.
Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
Um.
Oh,
Alright.
actually, what languages can you read?
Oh.
This is an important question.
Oh no!
Something.
I love the idea of being like, don't worry, I'll read it for you. I do not know what language this is.
Let me look. I'm looking.
I'm pretty sure you
Come on.
speak at least Dwarvish in common.
Oh my. Okay. I've got
Because
language.
Akrakor was
I've got Druidic. I've got
yep.
um. Uh. Fuck. Where are they all listed? Why are they listed there?
hmm
Um.
hmm
I don't know why.
Well,
I
okay,
have
yeah,
all
you know,
my.
what, but just for the sake of it, we'll say that you can read it. It's just written in common.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I was about to be like, did you write this thing in fucking giant? And then you're like, yeah. Have fun reading this.
Okay.
Mm.
I was gonna go, Shiro can read it, but then I realized, oh wait, I can't read.
All right.
It's
So
no
he's gonna sit down nice and close, and he's gonna like not like yell it out because he doesn't know if there's personal stuff on here, but he
Also,
is gonna
people
like
are
read
you
it
guys are just
collected.
having breakfast and stuff. Your dragons
Yeah.
are all actually kind of just like socializing with each other. Like they'll be chasing each other
Oh,
around
yeah.
this room and like climbing up the stonework and stuff, but they're like not really being a bother to other people. They're kind of in the more open spots just playing with each other.
Okay.
But yes.
Can I read
Yeah.
it? Am I
Yes,
Yeah.
you can read it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sable's scooted much closer to Chaos so that they can hear better.
Dearest Sable, you can't imagine my relief when we received your letter. I'm happy you have found someone there to write for you. Everything has happened so fast. I'm glad to know you're safe. It gave Ma and Pa quite a shock when a real dragon rider landed on the farm. Not just those petty little wild dragons that get to the tomatoes, a real full-size big dragon. And it's right ahead of the Forsair Island himself, Lord Taron. Well, I'm surprised Ma didn't fall over right there. After Lord Taran explained the situation, they sent me away. They sent for me straight away. I can't believe it. You hatched a dragon and were swooped off to a dragon school? Ma showed me the sack of coin Lord Taran dropped off. It's more money than I have ever seen in one place. I'm sure that rickety table itself was surprised to be carrying so much coin. How thoughtful of a lord to consider we might need help around the farm, since you do all the work around here. I bet you had a hand in that, responsible thing you are. You'll be pleased to know the flock is doing all right. I'm looking after them for now, and we're looking at getting a more permanent farmhand aboard soon. I don't think I can stay all 5 years. You'll have to tell me all about this dragon of yours, and dragon school, and how you even got your hands on a dragon in the first place. I know dragon business is dangerous, so keep yourself safe there. Benize is getting old, so you will have to look after each other. I know I'm just your brother, and we don't see each other all the time, but I still worry about you. You left so sudden. I didn't even get to say goodbye. I'm glad to know you are at least able to send letters from where you are, though I have no idea how long it will take for you to get this letter back. Love always, Th- and he's gonna actually like struggle with the name Thaddeus.
Thade, don't worry. None of my other siblings would send me a message. It's Thade.
Ah, well, it seems they care about you much.
This letter is written in a very basic like script. Like some of the words are probably even spelt wrong. But it's like it's pleasant enough to look at, but very much drawn by someone who is not experienced with writing letters.
I was just going to assume because they had to write in common, because someone else would have to read it for Sable. So.
Mm.
Thade being like, fuck. No. I have to write for common folk now.
Mm. Yeah, definitely one of those households that speaks giant at home.
Oh yeah, no. Sable is definitely the one to code switch, and then like if anyone was at their house like talking with their friends in common and then turn around they're speaking giant, and then they turn back and they're like, I have no memory of what we're talking about right now. Sorry, my mum and I just got in a massive spat. And they're like, you did? They're like, yeah, that was a pretty big argument. I don't know why. Oh, you guys didn't even hear anything. Okay. You just thought we all sound like that when we're talking. Anyways, yeah.
But he will say they seem to care about you much.
Sable is just they have some berries and stuff from their food, and they're just like kind of tossing them over where Bubby is, and then like eating some of them for themselves. But they have like this like they look happy, but also kind of like, yeah, he's nice. He's my my he talks to me more than the rest of them.
And how much is more?
And then they start like counting on their fingers.
Ah,
I don't know, 7. I don't at least
7 in what exactly?
siblings.
Oh, wow. You have so many. I didn't realize it was common. Is this a culture norm?
It I don't know. They don't even really talk to me. They're actually all moved out. It's just me at home. They basically forget that I'm there until they come over. It's kind of funny.
I do not find humor in this situation.
I, oh, oh, oh. Well, you would understand if you had siblings like mine. They're all like old enough that they have kids, and I'm the same age as their kids. And then they like stare off into the distance.
Uh,
It's the closest to my age.
he's just gonna like slowly set a hand down on their shoulder and give it like a slight pat.
Like, oh, like gently pats his arm that's on there. So like, thank you.
Yes. And then he's gonna like move to like hand them the letter as well. to allow them to like keep it.
And
But I
then
want to my letter too.
Sable takes their letter and they're like, by the way, I'm currently drawing their uniform, but their uniform is like covered in so many different like wraps and fabrics because they use them as well as like a little like way that Bubby can like sit in them like a swaddle, and they just use a lot of extra fabric and they like tuck it into one of the tighter pieces of fabric, and then they ask Chaos, did you ever get your letters back?
I will
I
say, Chaos,
did.
you have two letters. One is the one that you send that's been returned, and the other one is a new letter.
Oh my
Okay.
god. I'm gonna
So,
open both.
your first letter, the one that you sent off, you look at like the front of it, and did you address it to anything in particular? Like you addressed it to the old stump or something like that? Like
Yeah, something like that. Like this, a very specific tree at the very blah blah blah
yeah.
blah blah. Like
So
very specific instructions.
the address takes up most of like it's basically like writing the coordinates
Yeah.
on like the thing. But you look at it and this is the same letter. It's got your own writing on it. And when you turn it over, you see on the back that there's a bunch of small muddy hand and footprints from squirrels that have run around and jumped on this.
Oh my
Um,
god.
and and a single one from what seems to be a raccoon that's like pressed on it.
Hell yeah.
The seal does look like it has been resealed.
Interesting.
So someone has opened it and then resealed it before sending it back to you.
Okay. Can I open it? Is there anything added onto the letter itself?
On the letter, there's just more of these like little footprints and signs, maybe like a little tuft of hair, and
Mm.
3 pine nuts.
Oh my god, I'm being spoiled.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I'll probably say there's also like some smaller things like a single like a nettle in it that would
Mm.
smell like the woods. Like if you were to like
Oh my
crush it in your
god.
hand or something, like it would just ruin it, it would destroy it, but it would smell like the nettles back home.
I'm going to immediately close this letter and tuck it close into my armor. This I need to carry around with me. And then I'll open the second one.
Does everyone else open their letters that has been handed to them?
Oh, yes.
No.
I'm assuming so. Oh, okay.
Sure does not.
Nice.
Mhm. In the letters that are addressed to Aoife, um, Shiro and Chaos. So Shiro isn't reading this, but in the letters
Well,
addressed to
sorry, he's only reading it because he'll read it later, but he'll like sort of
it's fine.
listen in.
It's just for the sake of this is what the contents of the letter is. If you're going to read it later, that's chill. But just for the sake that Chaos is reading it now, I thought I'd ask. Greetings, Chaos, and for each of you, it is your own name. Greetings. Congratulations on winning your first combat competition. There will be many more chances to win rewards such as this. Competition rewards drive and ingenuity, and incentivizes you to pay attention to our lessons. I suggest you treat this private lesson with me as the reward it is. I'm a very old man with much to teach you, but I am also a very busy old man. As such, please consider carefully what exactly you would like to learn, and detail it in a reply. Previous students have requested instruction on solo combat, magic use, and connecting to their dragon. Learning how to get inside an adversary's head, or even simply requested I speak directly to their dragon themselves, so you may understand each other better. Once I receive your reply, I shall contact you when I am available. Regards, Farron. So this is your reward for having one last combat. You get to basically choose what you would like to learn, or what kind of things you would want to learn from Farron, and he will give you a one-on-one personalized lesson on it. So this is very valuable. You do not need to cash it in right now. You can cash it in at a later point. But you basically can, when you know what you want, you'll just write a letter to him and it'll get sent to him. And then when he has time, he will teach you this lesson. But that is what you reward. So for
Okay.
Aoife, you have this letter. Shira, you have this letter, and Chaos.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be very happy about the letter. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still bitter about the win. So, I'm just gonna, I guess, tuck it away as well.
Mhm.
Question: did
With
Eve
less
you
enthusiasm.
open it at the same time?
Yeah, when you receive a letter, Aoife, that is not addressed. Like it doesn't have like who it's from on it. It's just a blank like envelope.
Okay.
Did you open yours?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, the same messages inside. And basically, yeah, you get to choose one thing of your choosing. Like you can choose. Sorry, you can choose one thing that Farron will give you a personal one-on-one lesson for. This is a very, very important thing for our above game. The kinds of things you can get from this can equate to like a tool proficiency, a straight up proficiency, saving throw proficiencies. It's like stuff that is can be very broken at later stages of the game. At like mid to like, look, they can be pretty broken now, but some of the stuff that you could learn from him would be game changing. So think about what you want him to teach you. And it's only a maybe on it being super, super good, and if you tell me the exact right things. But yeah. Think about what you want this man to teach you, and you will get a private lesson on it.
Do you want us to so and so reply today in
No,
today's session? Or
no,
okay.
no. Like I said, you can basically keep this letter for as long as you want, and just
Okay.
send it. You could wait 10 sessions and be like, now I feel ready to take his personal class. Um, but this is just an item you have, Farron's letter. I
Okay. I
will.
will say that upon reading the letter actually, he'd probably turn to where like oh fuck, I forgot how to pronounce the name again.
Aoife.
Aoife.
Aoife, yeah, there we go. Turn to where Aoife is like sat and kind of just like stare at them, you know? Not say anything, just kind of like stare. Almost like you did this sort of thing.
Yeah, I've just put it in the lore tab of like Farron's letter for if anyone wants to refer back to exactly what
Thank
was in
you.
it. Um,
Sorry, can I say something that Sable said?
Oh,
yeah.
Sable's like mid eating, and they're like, "Oh, who's your letter from, guys?" The second one.
Oh, it is from that old man.
Which old one? There's like 10.
The main one, the headmaster. Mm.
Oh, Farron. No, he's chill. He seems scary, but he's
Uh,
actually quite nice.
I guess you
All of
can't
you who
really.
have only ever seen this man on stage, like in his like full like horror like vibes, like full evil villain shit. So the fact that so the fact that Sable's just said this probably is very surprising.
Um, Chaos is gonna just kind of like stare at Sable for a long time.
Sable's still
You.
eating. they're not. They've they've glazed past. They're like, but
So will
they're like while
Shiro.
they're eating, they kind of gesture with their spoon for a moment while they're like eating, and with a half their mouthful, they're like, he's quite chill. But honestly, I think the other letter you got was from. They look cooler, whoever that was. I like their finger paintings, and then they go back. He doesn't finger paint much, and then they just don't address it.
Uh, Chaos just kind of like hesitates for a while before he goes. Do you know much about Farron?
No, but apparently he knows a lot about us. He likes to. I think he likes gardening. He might be vegetarian. I don't know.
You know what? That would make sense knowing the
Just
things you've
everyone
done.
who likes gardening is vegetarian. Is that what Sable thinks?
Look, Sable grew up on a farm. Sable
Farron
prefers
poor as
not to
well.
eat. Sable prefers not to eat meat if they can. They're basically vegetarian. They have grown up getting most of all their vegetation from their mom, who are all majority in their family also predominantly eat veggies or vegetarian. They're just like,
Okay,
if
I
you
was just
choose to
wondering.
garden and choose to make a little garden bed, you just might be vegetarian. They only think of gardens as like for functional use, not for like, oh, I just want a garden because it's pretty. It's like, no, you should have a garden because it's functional. That's my law reasoning.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
Mhm. I am sorry that Lion is missing out on this team building moment, but you did this to
Lion's gonna
yourself.
get back later and be like, oh yeah, chill, chill, chill. What the fuck happened? Why'd you guys get all the cool shit?
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
will say,
okay.
actually, Lion, you are also aware of this letter, actually, but only because Dee Dee, Angus, and Amber
They told me about it.
have opened them and like read them out and are discussing them.
Also,
Okay.
Angus said "fuck you" for not getting one too.
Yeah, there was that.
Damn.
Mm. But yes, I'm just double checking. Okay, cool. It has been a few hours, and time has passed, and you guys are like getting ready for your day. You know that there is a class today. You just aren't sure what it is. And the use in the dining hall, I'd say that like enough time has elapsed where you probably are returning to the keep, like to your dorm rooms, to the dorm. Sorry. Ugh.
Is there any leftovers?
I'll say that there is a plate that currently has a tea towel over the front top of it. Um, and in it there's some stuff like some roasted potatoes, a little bit of bacon, like some sausages that Yarrick fried up. But yeah, there's some food around here. Notekus immediately like unslithers from Chaos and goes over to Lion and
Yay!
wraps around his leg, um,
They
and
reunited.
Wait,
slithers his
what's the dragon's pronouns? And would I have
Notekus.
figured that out? Would I have figured that out?
Lion's
Uh,
just assuming it's a he/him. He doesn't know.
yeah, I don't think they were paying attention in their
Okay, could
Dragon
I make
Prayer
a
class.
roll to discover the gender of this
Yes, can you do me a survival check?
survival
No, you know what? Animal handling. Do animal handling because
animal
you know.
handling? It's somewhere here. Oh, I'm so good at this, guys. 21.
This is very clearly a female.
She's very well behaved. She's just like that. Very well behaved. Very good girl.
So what did you wait? What did you say?
Your dragon.
Lion, your little
She's
bro, your little guy, your little homeboy is a woman.
What? Lion like picks her up and like looks at her in the eyes, like really, really close to his face, and like, you've lied to me this whole time, and you didn't tell me. Who even
uh
are you?
I why has she lied? Why?
It's because I didn't know. She kept this from me.
You cut out for me at least.
I
What did
said
you
they
say?
didn't know. They kept it from them. Lion
Oh,
didn't know.
kept what from you?
Dude,
That
I thought she was a bro. I thought she was one of the homies. I
she
guess she
can
still
still
is.
be a homie.
Yeah, and then
What
Lion
is
like
a
kisses her
homie?
head.
He kind of like pauses before he's like, what is a homie?
It's like us. We're like friends, right? It's like a friend.
Oh, and he kind of like pauses for a long moment before he like kind of like fiddles with his hands a little bit. Oh, yes. The homies. Very good.
Chaos is like, yes,
I'm imagining,
a friend.
I'm imagining he's like
very
blushing.
shy. Yeah, his armor heats up a little bit. So, but he's
Okay.
very shy, so he's gonna grow quieter after that.
After you have all returned to class, there is the brief sound of like the bell that rings whenever people who do not live in the dorm come in here. It's the same like sound that happens when any of the teachers have shown up. And walking into the room is Aaron Sparrowhawk, the other combat teacher that you guys had. The one who was like controlling the diases and stuff, like the dials in the arena that like resurrected you guys after you got downed and stuff. But she walks in and goes, "Ah, excellent. Seeing that you're all awake. Are we missing anyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, okay, we've got 12 of you. Today is going to be more of a general studies. We're going to be looking at an evaluation to see where you guys are at regarding your formal education. Uh, if you get, sorry, 1 second. I am just, yeah. And today it's going to be finding your competency in various school skills. I know that most of you here are of noble birth, so you'll have more experience with that. But we want you to also do some studying. We don't want you to get lax with your reading, writing, and mathematics. So, if you could all follow me. And she turns and she walks out of this room. And she leads you upstairs to like the you go upstairs and you're on the first floor, like the ground floor, which is like the same floor as the mess hall and like the grand entrance hall. And you actually go up another flight of stairs, and all of you on your way to combat class have gone past this doorway, but have had no need to be on this level yet. Um, so, yeah, she takes you out of the spiral staircase and leads you down the corridor, takes a left and then a right, and opens up one of these classrooms. And when you enter it, there are actually like desks here. On the walls, there are all sorts of like magical, arcane, and alchemical runes and diagrams with stuff that is way fucking too complex for anyone here to really have an understanding of. Um, and Angus does seem to be interested in looking at the stuff, but he does seem like a little bit like he's got like a little bit of a furrowed brow as he's reading the stuff on the walls. He's like, interesting, interesting. Oh, yeah, okay, looking at advanced weave manipulation. That's some high level stuff. Um, this just seems to be like an open classroom that they have taken you all into, and you're all in here now for the sake of getting some formal education. So, could everyone please give me? I was going to see what kind of role I want you guys to do. Actually, um, the first skill that you guys are going to learn is they're going to pull up like the alphabet of the common language. Um, actually, you know this. They'll be like, is there anyone here who is unable to read or write?
Sable putting their hands up.
Yep, for very obvious reasons.
They
Well,
just no. They actually just point at Bernice. They're like,
I don't see any reason why you should be unable to read. You just read Braille, right?
I haven't really been taught a lot of. I haven't really learned Braille. There's no need to learn Braille on a farm.
I will say Braille in this world is a writing system made by the current emperor's father, like the guy who was like Farron's like adopted
Farron's
brother.
bro. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
the guy who was
So
blind himself.
So
Um,
probably,
you
yeah.
wouldn't have learnt it being on a farm, but it is a thing that is like that exists. Isidore is actually going to give you a little bit of a look and be like, "Wait, you can't read?"
Well,
But we developed that ages ago. I can show you how. I can read Braille. And so she's actually going to go and take a seat next to you, and it's like, I can offer you some assistance. Don't worry.
Okay.
When you're basically raised with this as like a second language, because you got people in your family who are shitty of sight, we say, then you get used to adapting to it. But yeah, I can work with you. Is there
See if
anyone
this should
else?
go well with you.
Is there anyone else here who cannot read or write?
Can I? Question mark? Like I know I can.
Yeah,
You
you
can.
could.
We've seen you read and write.
Yeah,
I know I can like read common and stuff, but like how good is my writing? Because my writing wasn't writing; it was comic art, and that was for the sake of the
yeah.
animals to actually understand. So I don't
Oh.
actually.
How
What?
about I roll a d20, and
Yeah.
based on how high the number is how well your writing is. 20 is basically all the stuff that you witnessed in your youth enabled you to have a fine understanding of it, even though you never really partook. A 1 is, bro, you can read because you had to know how to read signs when you were traveling, but you can't write.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a 4. So
Oh, great.
you can definitely read,
Hell
but
yeah.
your writing is very, very primitive.
I'm
Like,
gonna put up my hand.
Or
all right. No, nothing to be embarrassed about here. This is a place of knowledge and study and understanding. And if you are to be prospective lords someday, lords and ladies and nobles of various gender and kind, she's like looking around at this group, like, yeah, there are a few of you here who fit that extra label. Um, gives a pointed look at some of you. Chaos. um, and is like, well, if you're going to be nobles someday, it is best that you have a proper education so no one's taking advantage of you. Best to have the ability to read and write. If you have servants that do that thing for you, you can be manipulated easily. And we are not in that business. All right. So if you could come over here, and she like gestures to like Chaos to come to like right near the front. Is there anyone here who no? And Angus is like, I can help. And it's like, all right. And Angus like comes and sits down next to you. He's like, it's all right. I can help you out. I'm already pretty fluent. I've already written my first thesis, so um, I'm quite skilled at writing, but I can help you out. I don't mind repolishing my capabilities. You know what? I was trying to learn how to do calligraphy, but it's a bit difficult. I keep smudging the page with my sleeve. Um, and he's just
Chaos
chatting, just chatting.
probably doesn't say anything to him, to be honest.
Hmm. She's like, "Yep, Angus, you can help out there." And then the class is like they're just like sets of 2. So if there's anyone that you would particularly like to sit next to, let me know. But if not, the rest of you will just be put into
Um,
sets of 2.
I
I
am really,
guess
really sorry. I'm on night shift tonight and I start work at 10, so I need to get ready.
Okay. No,
okay.
okay, fair enough.
How
Okay,
dare
fair.
you have a job? No, we're kidding. It's unbelievable.
It's
It
my
ha-
first night shift, so
Mhm.
I gotta
Oh,
go.
Good
best
luck.
of luck, bro.
Yeah, good
Thank
luck.
you.
Lion,
Hopefully it's
don't you miss a second combat encounter?
Oh no!
Mhm.
hopefully it's
And
not a
then
midnight shift.
no, it's fine. It'll be what you're going to do 10 to 4 or something like that? No, you're doing
Until
like 10 to
6, yeah.
6. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Disgusting.
Yeah.
good luck.
Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of the session.
No,
Okay.
good night.
You
Yeah.
lion, my Shayla.
Shiro, is there anyone in particular you would like to sit next to?
Uh,
Or Aoife, is there anyone in particular you'd like to sit next to?
E4, but that's like
Aoife, do you sit down
disregarding.
next to someone else before Shiro can take the chair next to you? Jess?
They're on mute.
Hi, sorry.
Oh,
What did you say?
Uh-huh. Um, who is there anyone in the like dorms that you would like to sit next to? Shiro is approaching you and wants to sit next to you. Do you quickly sit down next to someone else to stop that from happening?
Yes, absolutely. I'm so sorry, Shira, but yes.
No, you're right. It's
Would
literally
you
just
would you rather who would you rather sit next to? Dee Dee, Amber, Yarrick, Issa, Dumar, or Lion?
Because Edie and I share a room.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You sit down, she's like, oh yeah. Pair of us got working together, it should be fine. You would have done plenty of reading and writing. It's just more of a formality for us, I guess. And she is actively has like she's doing like embroidery while she's sitting here, like not really paying attention to the glass. But cool. Can each of you, and this is going to be for Sable and Chaos at
Okay.
disadvantage.
Dang.
Can you give me a sleight of hand, a history check, and a sleight of hand check? So everyone's doing the history,
Mhm.
and Sable and Chaos, and everyone's doing sleight of hand. But Chaos and Sable are at disadvantage.
Bitch, I already have a -1 to sleight of hand.
Yeah, being partially blind does that to you.
You fucking
Okay.
bitch.
So for history, I got a 9, and then for
Yep.
sleight of hand, I got a 17.
Okay, so for Chaos, basically you have a little bit of trouble remembering.
Wait. Does a natural 20 cancel out the disadvantage?
It does not. You still have to take the lower
Dang.
of the two. You're having a little bit of trouble, especially with how Angus is explaining it. The writing system in Acrocore and like Dwarven is from top right to bottom right and backwards. Like so, it's like you
Mm-hmm.
make your way left across the page. You do know common is left to right, and like I said, you can read signs and stuff, but it's hard trying to manually force your mind to like write it out. So while your technical skill is quite good and your letters are coming out quite neat, you're having some trouble remembering like the whole alphabet without looking at any reference.
Mm-hmm.
What does Sable get?
Sorry, just double checking. Is it disadvantage on history and sleight of hand?
Yes, because you're learning a new language.
Okay, cool. Do we just roll like one time for both, or do I have to roll or like
Roll
2 times for both?
roll 4 dice. The first two are for the is for your history check. The second two are for your sleight of hand. All of them
Okay.
d20s.
Yay. Okay, cool. Sorry, I just was a little confused.
It's okay.
Fear for Sable. Okay, cool. Great. The history is not actually that bad. They
Mhm.
got and they still ended up just getting a 19. But
Oh, no, very good. And what did you get for your sleight of hand?
a 2 because they rolled a 3 and an 18 and they already have a -1, so 2.
That's fine. You're finding like while you do know how to use like a pen and like quill and stuff to write on paper, even as bad as your handwriting is, you're basically having to learn how to use like a almost like a stapler shaped machine now to like press indents into the paper, and that's just really fucking with you.
Mm.
Um, you're quite quickly able to like learn the basic shapes. Like, Isidore will have her hand like on top of yours, like kind of guiding your fingers along the bumps, and be like, "This is A." There you go, and then like she'll stop and be like, "Okay, what letter is this one?" And get you like quiz you a little bit. In general, while this is happening, the teacher is like Aaron is like explaining letters, and she's like talking in general about writing and grammar and stuff. But you're able to like pick up this alphabet pretty quickly. You just can't write it yet.
Sable is Sable is blushing very hard right now. They're like also the fact that within the span of like 12 hours or something, they've gone from being like, here's Farron teaching me how to garden and holding my hand to do it. Oh, here's the princess holding my hand and teaching me how to write. They're like, okay. they're definitely like very, very red in the face right now and trying to be very, very polite and be like, yep, I know what I'm cool.
Isadora's gonna say, if you're gonna be one of my nobles one day, you really need to get better at hiding when you're uncomfortable.
Their shoulders slump forward and they're like, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just confidence building is a skill that one has to learn. I've had an entire lifetime to learn how to deal with other people. I literally wanted to go into politics, so it's okay. I'm good at reading people, but you'll be all right. It can be embarrassing learning a new language, especially when someone else is fluent. Here,
Mm.
again, do it again. And yeah, so that's going through that. Isa, can you roll just a flat history and a flat sleight of hand? Jack, if you are there. He is muted.
B.
Yeah, could you do a history check and a sleight of hand check?
Yep, I will just. Where's my shit? I'm on spells.
Mm-hmm.
History. Got it. That's D20, correct? Just double
Yes,
check.
it is.
That is a 16 for history. Sleight of hand. That is a 15.
Yeah. As much as your reading and writing could probably be a little bit improved, you could very much live your whole life with this level of skill and understand, like you understand the language. As much as you're from Acrocor, which uses a dwarven writing system, you've spent enough time, especially in your training, like learning this writing system. So you're proficient in this. That's fine. Um, Jazz, could you do a history and a sleight of hand for me at advantage?
Okay. 2 secs. Just grabbing up my character sheet, which is open already. So history and sleight of hand?
Yes, both of them are at advantage because you
Okay.
have literally been trained by like professional teachers and
What's the
stuff.
modifier for that?
Dexterity for sleight of hand, and I believe wisdom or intelligence for. Yeah, I can just check on your sheet.
Oh, hang on. I need to actually get a better
History is with intelligence, so you've got a +0 on your history check, but you have a +2 on your sleight of hand.
Okay. So my first one is a 7 and
Yep.
a 19. 7 and 19 are my 2 numbers.
Okay, so you get a 19 for that one because you had advantage. So that's a 19 on your history, and then if you can roll sleight of hand for me. You get 2 dice because it's an advantage as well.
And that's a 17 because I rolled a 17 and a 5.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you've got you were literally not even a week ago, literally in a class about talking about the particulars of like pronunciation and like grammar and stuff. Like this is something that you've been actively studying like most of your life. This is easy. You are more than fluent in it. You'd be able to like even understand some of the more complex rules of like the writing system, kind of like the way like lawyers are really good at like understanding the meaning of stuff and how it's written. You'd be like on a similar level because you just kind of have to be, especially with your mother and father's profession. You don't want to be signing a contract that is like null or voided out because of something that was written into it. So that's something that was
Yeah.
drilled into you a lot. um but it's just a skill that you have, so yeah, you managed to do that. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
And for Shiro, Charlie, could
Mhm.
you, I guess because you were nomadic peoples, could you give me a history and a sleight of hand roll, just flat?
All good. History is a is that with modifiers still?
Yes, with your modifiers, but you're not at disadvantage or advantage.
History,
So-
yeah, history is a 14.
Okay.
Well, and my dice is going for a travel.
Yeah.
I have no idea where my dice went, so digital it is.
Fucking natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Bro's goated.
Well,
Little
dexterity, man. Okay.
And then I think with your dex added on, that's something like a 23 or 24. Let me check.
I think
Yeah,
it's 25.
you got a 23.
Oh, 23. Oh, but it's 25 for sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. It was yeah. So you, as much as common isn't your first language, um, you have been reading and writing it because that's what all your contracts get written in across the different places you go. And you can choose what style like you write in, but your writing is very very well done. Like of anything, like it's the thing that's like it's super refined. Like if you wanted to, you could be like someone who's like, oh yeah, I write everything in calligraphy.
Mm.
But
As
it's
he
just
should.
yeah. So
That is
yeah,
really ironic.
you
I'm
have the
sorry.
neatest handwriting out of everyone here. Because I did some rolls
I
for the
love that
others.
for you, Charlie.
The only one who is comparable in your skill level is Isidore. But everyone else is like, their reading's all understandable. Yarek's probably got some of the worst handwriting here. He's like, yeah, my hands are mostly used for cutting meat, not writing. But I put in my orders every week. But yeah. Apologies. So from this, with the rolls that you did, I'm going to say Chaos and Sable. Chaos, you do not gain the proficiency to write in the language yet, but Sable, you get the proficiency to read freaking Braille.
Yay!
You
I
cannot
can
write
read.
it. You cannot write it, so keep that in mind. But you can read it. So if someone were to send you a letter in Braille, or it gets translated to Braille, you can read it effectively.
In my next letter, I'll be like, guys, can someone please write to my brother? He has to learn Braille now. Please.
And as the class is going on, and each of you are like learning these things, stuff like mathematics and numbers come up, and the hours flick by, and the day continues on, and we pull back a little bit. The day passes, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. 2 weeks go by.
You
With each of you learning your classes, going to combat training and for your basic fitness and physical health, going into these evaluation classes, these common classes to improve your reading and writing, your mathematics skills, and your general quality of life stuff that you'll need as a lord. And you have probably every third day dragon care classes. Each of you seeing your dragons get larger and larger. It's not a immediate day by day notice, but by the end of this week, yeah, you notice how much larger your dragons have gotten. Oh, I'm receiving messenger. Yes, we can role play that at some point as something that was happened in that week. But we have reached a point where you guys are, a week in. Um, no major events have occurred, no new classes, but it is at about this point that each of you get told actually in like you get an announcement from um fucking why am I blanking on his name? From Lorenzo when you go to fight class. He's like, well, I have to let you all know while we will continue doing these group activities in classes, we're about to begin personalized classes. Each of you has your own archetypes. Dee Dee and Amber, I know that you are bards by trade, and Angus, you have been studying the arcane. Shiro, very clearly a rogue. Each of you are going to be broken up. Or if your classes are similar, like Dumas and Lion, you will probably share a class to help consolidate with some of our teachers. But Chaos and Sable, you will get your own class as well. But good work. You have made a lot of progress in a very short amount of time. You've all been very great students. And we go back to the dorm. You guys have settled in a lot more. There's more personal touches in this space. Feels very much more lived in. And the next day does roll around. So, just looking at the time to make sure we have time. We are about to begin some personal classes. So this will be a little bit of just a couple people, then a couple people, or maybe even just one. This won't drag on forever, but this is where in these classes, whatever things you got from leveling up will kick in. Just for like the sake of the story and like the narrative, now is when they've effectively jumped in, just so it's like you guys know that. Like if you're, for example, our rogues, the teacher might mention something about here's some more strategic critical points. That's what unlocks your next dice for doing sneak attacks. Just so everyone's aware. So we're going to go down in the order. And I might ask you all if any of you got up to anything in particular over this week. Just brief, just a couple sentences, maybe just not very long, maybe 30 seconds of what you got up to during the past week, if anything came up. So we'll start with Aoife. So Jess.
Muted
Yes.
again.
Hello. I'm here.
Hello.
Hello.
What has Aoife been up to for the past week?
Probably just like
Is there any part of your studies you've been focusing on in particular? Anyone that you've tried to like engage with or spend time with? Did you write any letters? Stuff like that. Like just the broad strokes of what you've been up to for the last week.
I think that they've been trying to figure out what to actually speak about in the session with the headmaster, because like they
Mhm.
went to all that effort to win for their team, but
Mhm.
now they're like, well, what now? Because I don't actually know what I want to do in that private lesson.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think maybe they might have like picked up trying to do some more dragon studies, because like they have their dragon now. They might as well
Mhm.
research about it, even though they still don't think it's theirs. But you know,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
find out what their
Cool.
dragon likes, and they're still a little bit standoffish to it. But
Yeah, I can set. I can before next session send you some of that stuff. Because like you would have a dragon care class with Gwyn, and you're much more engaged. So now that you actually have a dragon and not just an egg, so you do learn some things about your dragons. I just haven't got exactly that written up at the moment. But cool. Chaos, what have you been up to for the past week?
Chaos have spent um a a good while actually, probably trying, if possible, to arrange like a small pot with some dirt in it to plant one of the nuts that he was given, to try and like get some life into his room. Um
I'll
would
say
that be
Sable does.
possible?
I will say Sable does know where there is like good dirt. If you would ask.
Yeah, okay, so
Because they
perhaps
have
they
mentioned
to
like
have
buy
a
it
they
with
little.
meant
nice
because
fertilizer.
they mentioned a garden and everything
In
as well.
in druid
So
class.
The personal like the druid class hasn't happened yet, but
Yeah, but
it will.
probably within that time,
Rats.
maybe he, if not, because he's not going to take it from the cemetery, obviously. But he would have tried to find the garden area. And if
Mhm.
Sable mentioned that they knew, maybe they hung out for a little bit while they did that. But yeah, he would have planted one of the three he was given and looked after that quite often. Other than that, definitely just a lot of duck bonding time, giving some good love to that dragon.
Mhm.
And
Very appreciative.
probably trying to recover and look after some of the plants on his suit as well, trying to like grow back
Yeah.
what was like
Yeah.
shaved off, basically.
I'll say that yeah, it is like, a little bit worse for wear, like, obviously. I'll say after spending like time in this magical garden room, like you and Sable just spending some time just like casually hanging out, you do notice that it has started to grow back almost like more luscious than it originally was.
Bro's got little
So
flowers on him. Please,
yeah,
please, please.
we are currently in spring, so that would not be out of the question.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
I get some flowers on me, bro. This is
Yeah.
great.
You do have to be a little bit vigilant when you're there, so that the two sheep that do live there do not munch the flowers. But other than that,
I'm so vigilant.
but other than that, the small flowers bloom, and they stick around, but they will eventually fade. But your greenery seems to, while not be, no, while not the same, it is recovering.
I think that's mostly what he would be doing. Obviously,
Mhm.
riding back every few days, um, just for the sake of keeping the fam updated. Those are really all his priorities. So
You get a
yeah.
feather in return in one of your letters. Um, but it's never anything more than that. Okay, cool. What was Isa up to over this past week?
So over the few weeks, she's mostly been around in the library, especially to understand her
Yep.
dragon and its growth. Usually
Mhm.
very quiet with all of her classes. Mostly, I'm at this point seen as the more quiet, isolated student, and definitely avoiding Angus just since that whole battle ages ago. Mostly
Yeah.
because she
Like
just
I
does
said,
not give
it'll
a
be
shit about
just
him.
over a week ago, so
Yeah. Yep. She did write a few letters, mostly to the merchants she did on her defense job back then of her absence, and to someone else outside her job, just more a private letter. And usually
where specifically are you sending that letter?
the letter would still go to Haddo, but it's unaddressed. Usually would sit in the more I don't know what the fuck is it called, words.
Because I will say, if you want, if you want to ask anyone here about how, because if you were to ask the male people here
Yeah.
about it, they would say that you specifically need to know exactly where you're sending it. They can't just send it to a person. So if you have a lockbox somewhere or a point of reference that they would go to collect mail, then you could send it there.
Yeah, that's
If
where she's
not,
been sending it. The more
yeah,
like just the
okay.
post at Haddo,
Yeah, I just
basically.
I just wanted to make sure you knew that, because if you give me a location and the person doesn't go there, they're not going to know about the letters.
Yep.
Send me privately whatever goes into your letter, and we can talk about that at some other point.
Yep.
But cool. So
Yep.
just doing extra research, expanding your own knowledge, and
Mm-hmm.
learning more about your dragon. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sable, what are you up to?
Sable has done many things while they've, been having the week been passing. They've spent lots of time in the field. Since they found the field, they pretty much don't spend any time in the dorm unless it's time to actually go rest, and if they really do want to be with the others. Otherwise, they just feel really shitty. So half the things that I'm gonna say they're doing, they're gonna do it in there if in the meadow if they have to, including they've been sewing and knitting something, and no one can figure out what they're knitting. So it looks like just a bunch of fabric, but they're knitting something and
I
sewing
will.
things together.
I will say probably after your third or fourth visit. No, I'll say after like your third or fourth visit there, you do notice when you go in there the next time, there is a dog bed.
Aww, my Jay. Sable's like, damn,
Just
first
in the
shit.
in the shade of one of the trees, because it's always got nice weather in here. In under the shade of one of the trees, there is now like a dog bed, like a quite a nice one, but one that Bernie spends plenty of time in.
Hell yeah. Well, they're spending a lot of time in there. They're working on sewing and knitting, even in the dorm. Especially when they finally go to bed. They do that till they go to sleep. They've been doing wood carving as well because they're actually carving little toys, like crude little toys for Bubby to like munch on and play with, like just something to like mess around with. But
Kill your
mainly,
enemies. This is what they look like.
yeah. But mainly they're making actually some wall mounted sticks so that they can climb on them since they're a climber, so that they can eventually like set them all up in their on their side of their room so that Bubby just basically has free reign to climb wherever they want. And then they are definitely practicing their braille and stuff, and have probably tried to get a draft of their next letter to their brother back so that they can be like, here's all this cool shit. Also, I met Farron and I hang out with the princess now. Haha, so cool. They're like, I'm gonna be a massive dick and be like, fuck all of y'all. I for some reason got to talk to these people one time and they didn't hate me. So yay.
I'll say, yeah, when you have your classes where you are learning like your letters and numbers and just like general stuff like that, how we have the class laid out is how you guys will stay. So, Chaos, you would be getting some help and advice from Angus, who Angus does genuinely seem to know a lot about what he's talking about, and is willing to help you. You don't necessarily have to be friends, but he is offering you some, like, he is teaching you reasonably well. And Sable, you are sitting next to Isidore, the future regent, future empress, and they've been able to help you learn a little bit. Like you still can't write it yourself, but you've got a much better idea on what's going on with it. Keep your
Okay,
practice
cool.
up. It'll happen eventually.
Okay, cool. Also, I do just want to say, I think this is funny, but why? Like, Chaos is like a 50-year-old man, and he's spending all his classes being taught by like a 14-year-old. I really just
That
feel
is
like
actually
it's
really funny.
yeah,
That is
it's the
funny.
fucking audio of being like, just found out I'm chopped, and also Unk. So
It's the smartest. It's the smartest 14-year-old that you guys know.
the world's smartest
No.
14-year-old, and he's teaching a 50-year-old man how to write.
Yeah,
To be
basically.
fair, also though,
Lucas.
Chaos still kind of holds a grudge against him because of what the comment he made after the
Yeah,
whole
when he said
ordeal, the
that he would have
fireball thing.
also, yeah.
Yeah. So since then, he's just kind of been really, really standoffish and like really as least amount of syllables in conversation as possible. You know.
A social
Very,
butterfly is not
very
social.
curt. Very, yeah. All
Yeah.
right, cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do want to say that while during at least one of their classes, is Sable just like in the like they've gotten more chill with Isidore, and then is just like, I met your uncle. Uncle?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm assuming you mean the Void Father, the
It's
Farron.
Do you just call him Void Father?
Well, no, I do call him Farron, but usually people refer to those of high birth in a much more professional manner. I have been, and she like, it not grits her teeth, but like makes a little bit of a face, encouraged to treat all of those in our cohort as my equals. So we have not been enforcing any need for your majesties or ma'ams or your highness. But Farron is our senior. It's
Uh,
not, probably shouldn't talk about him so casually, but you said that you met him.
uh, yeah, he's nice. You guys are similar.
Well, we do. Well, in what way? What do you mean?
Hands, and then just puts their hands up like this. And
He
then they're like, and
just
you're,
confused as fuck. Like, what?
and then they don't explain. They just put their hands down, and then they're like,
Yes, we do
and you're
share a similar skin tone, but
no, you guys are scary but nice.
she actually smiles a little bit at that and goes, thanks.
And then like when they go back to their work, they're like, and to be fair, I've never called you by your actual name before.
That's fair. Just call me Your Royal Highness every single time. It'll be better that way.
All right, then, Your Royal Highness, Majesty, the future regent, lovely Emperor's Queen.
Oh, you think I'm lovely? She says teasingly. No, but no, she says, no, Farron is, he's a kind man. I meet with him, every couple of days to have lunch with him. So,
That's nice. You should always talk to your family if they're
when he
want
was
to be
young,
close with you. Don't take it for
Mm.
granted. It's very nice of him.
when he was a younger man and I was much smaller, he would spend most of his time in the capital in Darnmore, but as he's gotten older, he's spent more and more time here at the keep. So, yeah,
He's
focusing more on his role as a headmaster and head of the Dragon Riders rather than just being an actual protector himself. You know, it's more of an honorary role and symbolic, if you will.
so retired.
Oh, the downside of being a noble or a royal is you don't really retire.
Uh,
He'll do this till the day he dies. There's no doubt about that.
so we're all gonna do this till the day we die.
Well, no, yous will, and she like kind of gestures to the people like, yous will be nobles. I'll be a royal.
But do the nobles also do this till the day we die, or they die?
Everyone kind of does what they do till they die, I suppose.
I would like to not be a noble till I die. I'd like to lay in a field.
No one says a noble can't do that. Look, maybe when I'm empress, you can come ask a favor, and I can make you no longer a noble.
I will hold you to that. I'll be around for a long time, so you can't get away from me.
Damn. But yes, and Shiro, what have you been up to over the last week?
Is Aoife still there?
Yeah, Aoife would
Aoife
still
is-
be
Aoife,
around.
have you kept your eggshells?
Yes.
Cheryl asked, could I borrow them?
Can I eat that?
What for?
Surprise.
I guess
Mhm.
so. Just don't break them. I don't know.
Okay.
Just whatever.
It's
Just, yeah.
you're holding a bunch of broken bits of eggshell, and you're like, "Don't break it."
I know what I
And-
said.
Mhm.
Guys, don't chew my glasses, please.
So, what do you spend your week doing?
I will stitch that egg up together with like almost a golden fluid
Yep.
and stick the egg all back together.
Yeah. Okay.
As well as doing lunch, breakfast, and dinner for everyone in the dorms.
Probably unnecessary. A lot of lunch. You guys aren't really around in the middle of the day typically. But if you're making
Breakfast.
breakfasts and dinners, I'll say that you and Yarrick actually do end up spending a bit of time together. And as much as his
Sharing recipes.
like standard cooking, it's pretty high quality. Like literally, like the Torn family, like his family,
Yeah.
They're not super wealthy nobles, but they're like the nobles you call. Like they're the house that you call if you want like a banquet or something because of
Yeah.
how good their food can be.
Mm.
But when he I'll say one day he actually manages to like sneak in one of the cast iron pots from the kitchen and slow cooks a roast, and it is probably one of the more delicious things you've ever eaten. But you spend a little bit of time able to bond over that, like that shared interest and aspect. Um, but
Oh,
yeah,
by the way,
okay.
yeah. Do I finish the egg in the week or?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Here we go again. Oh, my dice. Uh-oh. Just give me like 1 second.
Oh, you're doing kintsugi, the thing where you repair stuff with gold. I've seen this before.
It is a 11.
I'll say that you don't finish it, but you manage to get it and like probably I'll say about halfway done. So you'll need more time to work on it. If Eva did at any point want to see it, like you could show it to her and she would understand. Like she would be able to see what you're doing.
Mm.
Um,
The real question is, does she?
yeah. Does Eva go and chase up where the egg is during that week? Jazz?
You're muted, Jazz.
I'm sorry. Hi.
So good. Do you chase up after the egg at all during the week?
I think I will. Yes.
Cool. When you go to see him, sorry, I'm just sending a photo in for people to be able to see what this kind of stuff looks like. When you go to, oh, that's actually a really shit photo. When you go to check in on him, you find that he's like halfway reassembled this egg, and in where every single crack was, there's like this like a gold, like a soft gold, almost like a pyrite, um, which is like a gold-like substance. Is actually called fool's gold. And sure, they would have
Oh,
given this to you as just like a resource you could use.
I'm so glad you used Fool's Gold. I haven't heard that in ages, and that's made me so happy for some reason.
But yeah, so it's like has lined it with like this pyrite and yeah, made it is reassembling this egg more or less. What is your response to that?
Eva's gonna look at it and just kind of stare at it for a minute and be like, "Wow, this is beautiful. What possessed you to do this? Why for me?"
You won. You won the match for us. I might as well give you a gift.
Okay, but to be honest, I was being kind of an ass.
You won. Nothing more.
Okay. Well, thank you. This is actually the nicest thing anyone's done for me. Thank you.
Oh my
And
god,
Eva is genuinely appreciative of it, and it's probably the first time they've actually shown something.
a crack in the shell!
Oh my
Oh my
gosh,
god,
a crack in the
oh, Shiro,
shell.
Shiro, with the shell, you are. Oh my! You know what's gonna be really funny? He's like, here now. It's like never hatched at all. Causes you to have a crash out. But no, fantastic. And the week passes.
Wait, real
Yeah,
quick.
sorry.
Did
Yeah.
did Chaos get the idol yet?
Well,
You haven't given it to
Chaos
him.
has left it for you because it's yours. So if you want to give it to Chaos, you can go give it to him.
If I the first thing, if I see it on the bench, the first thing I do is just put it in front of him, like
Here.
yeah.
Oh, you are very talented. I saw this before. Sorry, I didn't mean to pry, but you did leave it behind. Oh, there's good likeness of me, yes? Very, very good. Mm. He
It's a
doesn't
thank
understand that you're giving it to him, by the way.
you.
Material
It is a-
possessions aren't really his strong suit.
No, but it's it's like a thank you gift or like a good omen for like his culture or something to like
Mhm.
have
Mm.
talismans and stuff like that.
I'll say with you saying that, you probably noticed that Shiro has like 2 or 3 of these like tied into knots like on his like belt, essentially, that are like small carvings of what looks like his own likeness.
Oh,
They
you have
each
some
look
little you as well.
they would each look distinct, but they would be like if like this good omens, people that he cared about would have carved them for him. So
But it's gonna gesture to the ones that Shiro has and just be like, "Oh, you have some little you as well." Very good. You're quite talented with this. What do you do with this?
It's a it's a good luck charm.
Oh, you must have so much luck. Look at all the ones you have. And now you have a little chaos too. Oh, so cute.
It's for you.
Oh, for, for me?
Yes,
Mm.
your own luck.
And the crowd is speechless.
I'm so out of it.
And with that, he'll leave.
Oh,
He's just kind of like holding it in his hands, and then he just like slowly curls his fingers around it and brings it close to his chest and just kind of holds it there for a very long time. He will find a place for it. How did you say that shears were attached to him?
they're like he's tied knots. It's like a knot at the top, and like the rope like goes down either side of it. And there's a knot at the bottom that's like kind of pulled tight, so you can see the whole idol, but it is like it is like secured.
Uh-huh. I'll figure out a place for it. I will.
I've also made. oh,
Sorry, you go.
I've also carved a little pendant for the one who does the roast.
Oh
Yarrick.
yeah.
Yeah, just to say thanks for doing. It's just more of like a warding pendant type thing.
Oh,
Mama,
I
just
appreciate.
for breakfast, taking my shift.
No, it's nothing, young man. I like to help where I can. I like to work with my hands. I appreciate it.
And I'll nod and go off again.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna ask because it's 9 o'clock, and I like to ask at 9. How are people doing? Are they wanting to
Good.
wrap up
Doing
for the night,
good.
or would they like to continue?
I am fading a little bit,
Yes, so am I. Just
but that's
Would a
just because I've
combat
been out
fix
of it for the past week.
Combat fix
combat.
that?
I could probably play for like till 10 or stay on call till 10, but I know that a lot of people won't want to do that. But that's probably my max as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I could
Well,
max to 10.
how about this? We might do the individual classes for each of you. So, and I'll just go from like the top of the order. So it'll be
Yeah.
Aoife, then Chaos, Issa, Sable, Shiro.
Yep.
Or like if Chaos and Sable are in the same class, obviously we'll do those together. We'll get through that block, and then we can finish it there. And then next session we can have a combat. But then that way there's not too much that's left to do here. Like it might be still a bit of talking and role play. But like I said, I just wanted to check in with you guys, see how you're doing. We'll probably start with Aoife then, and then we'll do the druids. Just because, like you said, if you've been fading a little bit, I want you to be able to get your bit
sorry,
out of
I'm
the
a
way.
little tired. We had like a one shot Percy and I
No,
before this. Yeah.
you mentioned it's chill. Like I said, having you go first, you could still be listening and stuff like that, but you don't have to be like worried about being super engaged because it'll be the
Related but
individual.
kind of unrelated. When we went, we kind of
Mhm.
expected more people to be there, but Percy and I were the only ones that showed up, and it was the first time this our friend DMing, and I felt so bad.
Can I
Oh,
fight everyone else that was meant to go and didn't? Can I
Can
fight
I
them?
string them up and make them an example?
Because I'm really shit at role playing. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like, I felt so bad because they did a really good job DMing, and I will forever not stop talking about this because they deserved so much better. Personally,
Percy
Mhm.
deserves justice.
it
Everyone
wasn't
else,
Percy DMing; it was one of
Purge the
Percy's friends.
non-believers.
well, fuck everyone else that didn't go.
Yes.
They're dicks. They should have gone.
Yeah, you don't, because like those people said they were going to go, right?
I think they did, and then 2 days before they said, "Oh no, we've got work," and then one person
Oh,
didn't say anything, and then we were kind of waiting for them to show up, and then they didn't. So
Yeah, no, that's shithouse. I'm sorry, like genuinely,
good
like
huss.
I wouldn't do that to my friends.
I just can't
I
stop
wouldn't
talking
do
about
that to you.
If you-
this obviously
Also,
screams
Jack, I know what you're doing.
If they couldn't go, they should have either asked,
do you
"Is it
mean?
possible to reschedule? I had no idea I had work."
Yeah,
Or they should have simply not said yes in the first place if they weren't going to go. They should have said, "Can we please do another time?" That's
Also, another thing that's unrelated. I'm turning my camera on. Oh, really quick.
You have a bigger one, Jack.
What do you mean a bigger one?
So Percy's wearing a shirt with my face on it.
Yay! Hi,
Um,
Percy.
Mm,
and it's got a shirt.
I love that. I've seen that shirt.
Oh,
That-
he's
yeah,
wearing the shirt they gave me.
it's so
I
it's so
love it.
good.
The
I've seen.
Inception shirt.
I love the Inception shirt. It's so
never
funny.
It's
ending.
amazing.
My God. Um, sorry, I just like I looked in the meme chat and the how everyone at the table looked at Sable. Is this in regards to the fucking like you asking what letter people had?
Yeah. Yeah. I just imagine like just Aoife who was like, I won the match and I got the letter, and so being like, oh, I already met him. He's chill. They're like, I don't really understand why everyone's being so crazy now. I was really freaked out at first, but his niece scares me more than he does at this point. He's
You're like,
just an old man that gardens.
yeah, the old men that garden can't be horrible war criminals, right? That's not that's
Sable's
not
just like, what a
possible.
nice old gentleman. He's like my mum or my dad or something.
My mom.
Isidore, she scares me because she's gonna be my boss one day.
Yep.
Rough.
I'll watch her burn this country to the ground.
She's gonna make me do Sable in their head. They're like, she's gonna make me commit war crimes, isn't she? No, I'm kidding. They
You're
don't
about to
think
make
that
you
far.
act up.
No, they're not even gonna think. They're not even thinking about that. They're just like, they wouldn't even consider that anyone here is gonna make them do terrible things on a dragon. They're just like, yeah, no, everyone's being really nice to me. Oh my god, the princess is
No.
being so nice. She must be
Who
so
said-
sweet,
Who
scary
said
but
you were
sweet.
ever? Who said you were ever going to do evil things? That doesn't sound like me.
Be fucking for real. I know you.
Shut
I
the
know
fuck
what
up.
you do.
I know what you are.
I know what you are.
But yes, so we will start with the personal classes. The next day rolls around. You guys will have a much better understanding of the campus, of like the castle now. Next week, you will have a map. And there, I like because it's like finally you guys now understand the whole layout. That's totally why I haven't given you a map yet.
Yeah.
Now that you understand the
I
layout
believe
of
it.
the castle, you'll have a map that you can be like literally just drag your like little character token and be like, I go to the like the classrooms, and like you can just go, yep, and everyone can know like looking at it. It's like we know where everyone is on the map, like in the castle. But we're going to start with Aoife and Angus's class that they have to go to, which is actually in the same set right near next to the same set of rooms where they've been studying reading, writing, and like numbers. Because those are actually the mage room, the mage classrooms. But when you arrive, Jake is currently laying on the floor behind his desk, asleep.
It's fucking.
His wizard robes are bunched up into like a pillow underneath his head.
That is so cool.
Angus is like standing at the doorway with you and goes, "Should we wake him? Like, This is the Archmage. Like, what do you reckon, Aoife?
Sorry, you cut out. I had no idea what you just said. Sorry.
Sorry if I cut out for everyone. Yeah, Aoife and Angus are going to their class with Jake, the Archmage.
Right. Okay. Going to class
Yeah.
with Jake.
I
And
heard you.
Jake is currently lying down behind the desk at the front with his robes rolled up into a ball underneath his head, asleep.
Okay.
And Angus is like, should we wake him?
Say we wake him.
You get up to where he is asleep on the floor, and just as like you're about to wake him up, you hear a terribly sorry, I didn't mean to be late. Oh, there's already people in here. And you turn and there is a skeleton standing there wearing a pair of spectacles, holding a book, like a book and a staff in what looks like more like a Gambison style, like it's more like a thick padded coat instead of like robes. He's like, "Oh, you're already here. Excellent. Sorry about that. Sorry about the delay. But I am here ready now." And he walks up and just full fucking kicks Jake in the chest. Wake up! Jake's like, ugh. Oh my god, I have a headache. Yes, well, get up. Get out. You're behind my desk. And kind of gives him a bit of a kick. Um, this is a character that you have not encountered before. This is Rylith, Jake's personal assistant. A skeleton that he has raised from the dead that he has given free will. Technically, his class is Warlock, and his patron is Jake.
Kicking your patron in the chest.
Yeah. All right, go sit in the corner. Okay, scurry along now. So it is a pleasure to meet you. And he like offers a hand to each of you. I will say when you if you do grab his hand, he does like give like a little bit of a bow when he does as well, like it's like just like a general thing of respect.
Sorry,
Um,
just who is this for?
just for Aoife. Aoife and Angus are in a class. In roll 20, I've kind of got it grouped off into who's going to be in what session, like into what class. I'll drag all the other stuff to the side. There we are.
I want to say that if out of kind of like respect and openness grabs their hand, like hand.
Yeah. You've definitely seen undead before. You don't really see them walking around talking and kicking the person who made them in the chest. Uh, Generally, they're more along the lines of like automatons or like machines. Like, you know, they get raised for a purpose. They're like heavy labor, but like, you know, they're not really like thinking, feeling things. They're literally like undead. But this figure seems to have quite a lot to say, and he's being respectful, but he's like I said, he walked up and kicked the Archmage in the chest, went, "Wake up!"
Oh,
But yeah, as
I
he's
love
walking around,
that for him.
he's clanking with like his bones clank as he's like walking around, and like his jaw moves and stuff, and every now and then he'll like push his glasses like more up his face so that they like don't slip off the what little nose he does have. Off the nose bone. He's like, well, I will be teaching you guys more about your current skills and your current skill level. Angus, I remember reading your application. Actually, probably about a year ago at this point. You were looking at the polymorphic changes when changing one sheep into another sheep, were you not? That was what your thesis was about. Oh, yes. Yes, I was trying to figure out if you use the polymorph spell on a sheep to transition it into a sheep, if that would remove any genetic traits or any issues that it might have with its any diseases, because it's fundamentally changing the state of the creature. So I just wanted to see if I could perhaps revolutionize how we treat animals and for disease. Ah, yes, yes. Ah, that seems like a very, very interesting branch of study. Um, and what about you? Oh, young Miss Blight. Yes, yes, yes. I think I actually recall. I think I might have taught your mother, actually. A very, very bright student, but couldn't focus. Always getting into trouble. This is very much not the vision of your mother that you have in your head of someone who's getting into trouble and being like a troublemaker and not focusing in class, because she's always been a hard ass to you. Jazz?
My my cat is doing zoomies. Sorry
Yeah.
if you can hear like background noise. She's fully fucking
Nah, it's chill.
running. Yeah. I'm gonna be like towards this, yeah, and be like, right, really hesitantly. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to focus on.
Yes, that's fine. Plenty of mages come here just seeking knowledge and skills. Like I myself, a warlock. I'm not even a wizard, such as young Mr. McDonald here. Um, But I believe if and he's like flicking through the book that he's got in him. Ah, yes, sorcerer. Ah, oh, with quite a nasty incident with a phoenix feather, and oh, dragon's blood. Interesting. Um, sorry that occurred, but I see here that it says it unlocked a magical potential that you held. Have you ever had any issues regarding your spellcasting capacities? A lot of sorcerers have a very explosive realization of their abilities.
Uh, could say something like that.
Ah, yes, yes, I thought as much. Um, hmm. Yeah, okay. Hey, sorry, 1 second.
Sorry, it's
So,
for dinner, but I probably won't be back in time anyway, so I will be off now, guys.
yeah.
Bye. Have a good session.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's a good.
Bye
Look,
bye.
look, you're just going to miss
Bye.
out on the really fucking awful thing that happens to Sable in your class. But
No,
Ah,
I'm
no, we're missing out on Druid content. Can we
I'm
uh,
sorry. I need to go have dinner.
no, it's okay. Go have dinner. I'm in jest. In jest. Go.
Okay.
Um,
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
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 yeah. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh yes, I was talking as a skeleton man, talking about you being a sorcerer. Um, but yes, today we're going to see the extent of your mystical capabilities. Yours are more based on the body and your form, and Angus, yours is based on study. I know you're a more proficient mage. What is your specialization? And Angus is like, well, I did initially think that I wanted to specialize in transmutation magic, or perhaps even um, oh wow, why am I forgetting all my skills of magic? Um, I wanted to be one of those mages, but I think in the end, as with most mages, I'm going down the branch of evocation. And he's like, yes, yes, much like Master Jake here, an evocation wizard. One of the most powerful, if you would believe it. Jake is like snoring in the corner, like slightly drooling on himself. And it's like, well, you wouldn't believe it, but he is one of the most powerful mages to exist in the land. Um, was a personal student of Farron's, but for the extra refined study, if you do well enough yourself, young Angus, perhaps one day you'll be able to get a personal lesson with Farron, um, or even you, young Blight. But show us what you've got, and more or less through the course of this class, you explore your the abilities that you have. under his tutelage, you're able to even actually remove the gauntlet that is on your arm and not have it just go fucking crazy immediately. You're probably able to hold it off for a good 10-15 seconds before it needs to be reapplied. Um, but he's like, excellent, this is excellent work. Much progress is being made. Um, and you see that Angus is playing around with more like complex spells than you. Like he summons like a large hand that forms out of like 3 desks. Um, and like is like just basically the wire frame of a hand. And he's like, very good, but your casting is your pronunciation's a little wrong. If you work on it, maybe you'll be able to summon a proper Bigby's hand, but not quite yet. And I'm just going to quickly double check your character sheet. Well. There we go. There you go. Your level 2 ability, Jazz, what was it? Is that the Mantle of Flame? Or was that no, that's a first level. Did you
That's a
get
first.
anything for being second level?
I think I got a cantrip and 2 new spells. Wait. No, I got all of that. It was
Oh, technically you haven't leveled up your
20
sheet.
spells, sorry.
It's fine. I know you have like your actual sheet in persons, like
Yeah, I'm still trying to decide. Honestly, I feel like Magic Missile would be a good bet.
yeah. I'll say that yeah, he is able to coach you through how to cast this spell, and Angus even has like some like points of it's like actually, sir, because she's using a different form of magic, you actually have to make some slight adjust. He's like, yes, slight adjustments in the language and pronunciation. I know. I've been doing this for a very long time. Um, and you in your own way are able to cast magic missile. It is slightly different from how both Angus and Rylith cast it themselves. Um, so like for flavor, you can like choose whatever language you cast it in, stuff like that. Um, but it's as you're doing it, like your magic missiles almost like erupt in like small plumes of like magical fire, and then like thin themselves out until they're like needles almost in the sky, and then you can like launch them at things. Um, but yeah, so you learned that spell, and he's able to coach you through stuff like getting your if you get sorcery points. Basically, you unlock all your second level abilities here. And by the end of this, you feel a little bit more confident in your ability to control these mystical flames. Um, like I said, it's not great, but with further study, he'll be able to help push you to greater limits until hopefully, eventually, one day you can have the like guard, like the cuff off, eventually, like entirely, and you'll be in full control of your abilities.
Okay.
But yes, is there anything else in particular that I think you said you got the cantrip, whatever spells that you learned that you didn't have before, he's more or less teaching you here in class.
Yeah,
Um,
it looks here. I've got
Sweet, yep,
the
you got
4 that we
the
got: Minor Illusion, Mending, Chill Touch, and Firebolt.
excellent. The whole time Jake stays asleep in the corner, and Rylith wraps up the class for the day, and he's like, "You, Angus, I see that you are entirely worthy of the scholarship that you would have received if you had pursued study here." Yeah. Sorry. Yes, Cade, we can do that if you wish. Um, I see that you would have been entirely worthy of picking up the scholarship that we would have offered you. You're quite proficient for a mage of your age. And Aoife, well done. Very much well done. For someone who is particularly new to this kind of magic, you're doing extremely well. You're able to learn more than a few spells in a single day, which is definitely something that you should take pride in. When your mother was learning magic here, it took her months before she learned her first spell. So, you're a fast learner.
Good to know. Thank
Mhm.
you.
If you ever have any questions regarding anything arcane or magical, if he is not awake, you can find me on the second floor, which is the floor that you're currently on. He's like, I'll be around in one of these rooms. Just come looking for me, and I can answer any questions you might have about the arcane.
Okay. Thank you. I
Mhm.
appreciate it.
Mhm. Cool. And that is where we'll wrap up that session, like teaching lesson.
What about having skeletons in your closet?
Yeah.
What's
I
the
will have
reverse?
I will have a token for Rylith. I forgot that I actually didn't make one. But I believe I do have art of him. I have a hero forge of him.
You.
Yes! Yes!
What? What are you saying that about?
I get to see my xylophone boy.
Just xylophone boy. Fuck me. Oh my god, this is taking way too long to find. The next class we will be doing will be Ice's class. So prepare yourself.
Sorry. You see my message into this channel, into this chat.
No, what?
Do you see what I just sent when you introduced the skeleton man?
No. Okay, where is it?
I said, "Ho, is this Pendleton?"
Oh no, I didn't see that. Where'd you put that? Is
It's
it in?
here, like in the messages
Oh
chat here.
no, that's just like that's how I think a skeleton should sound.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. They all should sound like that, but that you introduced a skeleton that sounded like that, and I was like, that sounds like very similar to the voice claim thing that I sent to Ace to make the voice claims for our characters for when we're doing voice acting, and I just found it really funny that I zoned out for a second and then I instantly locked back in when I was like, "There's a skeleton man, my glorious goat." Anyways, I'm sorry, guys. That's related to our major project.
Yeah. I've just put in the actual important NPCs tab because I forgot that one existed. The magic teacher Rylith. So there we go. That is what his appearance is like.
I
Cool.
love it.
You know, I should probably just put that in the art channel. This one can be for like ones you guys
No.
might need to refer to back in the middle of like combat or important story arcs. Cool. We then move our way to Isa. Isa, for your class, you are actually going to be studying alongside Lion and Dumas. They both also require further studies. Lorenzo is actually a monk himself, so Lion will be able to exceed here, and you and Dumas are both fighters. Being our martially inclined characters, he's going to really refine your form and your technique. Um, so, is there anything in particular that you unlocked this level?
Me.
Yes.
Do I unlock? I think second win. That's really the only skill I get that you
Because you
said.
get action search and action search.
I do get action charge. I thought that was level 3.
Yeah.
That's what you.
No, that's a level 2 thing. It's literally on your sheet.
Yeah, it's
Your dueling archetype is something I'm pretty sure you get from first level.
if you
But
played
okay.
Baldur's Gate, you'd know this.
So I'll say Lorenzo, when you show up to the fighting arena that you guys have been training in every day, he's like, today we are gonna try and find something specific to improve. Dumas, you have good durability and don't lose steam quickly in a fight, but you need to work on your offensive. Isa, you actually have the opposite issue. You have great offensive capabilities, but you don't have the same sturdiness Same swiftness that Dumas has, but he's got 30 years of soldiering experience under his belt. He should be honestly doing a little bit better. Keep that in mind, Mr. Kane. For reference, Dumas' last name is Kane.
Okay.
Basically, and it's like, and young lion. We can skip that actually, just because Huey isn't
Rest
here, and I
in
don't.
Huey.
Well,
My friend.
technically they're in here, and they will get a one-on-one for some monk training. But for now, Lorenzo is actually having you and Dumas with like training weapons, like practice sparring with each other. You manage to like, it's nothing too crazy. It's more like working on form and technique. And Lorenzo is like walking around you, and he'll like go, no, widen your stance, and he'll like tap your foot and like drag it out. And he'll like poke Demar and be like, no, straighter up. No, your alignment's all wrong here. And he's just going around more or less nitpicking you guys as you're fighting. But you do notice that as this is happening, as he's making these subtle changes in stance and like um like all these like minute details, you're starting to move like faster in combat. And there's even a point where you manage to knock away Dumas' sword and very swiftly bring it back down and like stop just above like his like collarbone, essentially doing your action surge, just from being able to deflect his attack in like the right way. And he has his staff under his like in his arm, in the crook of his arm, and he goes, oh yes, and gives some applause. Excellent, excellent. That's what I'm talking about. Keep this up, and I bet the two of you are going to be a force to be reckoned with. I know the mages always get the praise when you're dealing in a higher capacity, but we need good soldiers as well, good ground troops. The pair of you could be quite deadly if you keep up with your training. Um, and then you do some more like just more sparring, and Lorenzo tries essentially he just tells you to defend yourself, and then he just starts hammering you with his staff over and over and over, hitting you in your most padded spots, but it's still jostling you around and still dealing a little damage over and over. Um, and he's like, "That's it, correct for it. Anticipate my attacks." And as he hits you one time too many, it's like you activate your second wind. Because I'll say he like hits you, and it like actually winds you, and like you like kind of caught for a moment, unable to breathe. And as he steps in and hits you again, your vision's dimming, but then you pull in that whole lungful of air, and you manage to like focus back in and dodge his next attack, and like try to trip him up, but he like takes a step back. He's like, "That's it, excellent recovery. Uh, very good work, very good work. I could see potentially in the next group combat that you have being quite deadly. Make sure that you spread out a little bit next time, or else young Blight might be able to do the same thing they did again. Uh, but good work, good work." Um, and that's where that training session will end. But you get your second wind and your action surge. Um, and you got to spend some time training with Dumas one-on-one and a little bit with Lion, but Lion's learning like technical other skills.
Mhm.
You can determine how well your friendship goes with Dumas from this in like later sessions, like if it develops more. But for now, you will spar together frequently. All good. So for next, we have Shiro.
Did you want to do Cades just in case they want to leave, or
They sent me a message before asking if they could do the one with their session next time for when Val comes back, just
all
because
good? Yeah, no problem.
they share that class together.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, I don't get to torment a poor blind person.
Damn it!
Not
Jesus
yet.
Christ.
Emphasis on not yet. You don't get to touch
Yeah.
me yet. But also,
Got-
what the fuck do you mean? It's probably the one thing I've been looking forward to the most.
Uh-huh.
No,
Mm.
it's okay. You just can't talk to your dog for longer. That's on you. Um, No, it's good. It'll be good to do that. Actually, that'll probably be a very interesting thing to start next session with. But yeah,
God.
I'm starting to hear colors and shit, man. What the fuck?
I just,
your teacher's like, "Now take a deep breath of this," and it's like, "What is it? Ayahuasca? What the fuck?"
Stable in their next class. They're like, you didn't tell us about the edible. I thought it was a regular berry.
As you walk up, you're like, Isidore, how do I look?" And they're like, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "Oh god, fuck."
Sable has had a
Boy,
taste of
good.
Farron's special garden and they're terrified. They will never garden with Farron again unless he is
You
specified.
go back and that
gardening.
sapling was a fucking pot plant, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it was
He's
just-
like, I needed it for a muscle relaxant, guy.
I've got this pain in my shoulder."
Look, magic is great and can definitely heal me, but weed is just so much more fun.
Farron's like, "I'm not a fucking
That's
cleric.
the
Why would I know
same
healing
thing.
spells? I only know damage spells."
All I know how to do is kill, kill, kill. Let me have my weed.
Yeah.
Let me smoke my dope shit as well.
He's got some crystal meth and he's like cooking up. He's like, "Oh yeah, what do you think we do in these labs?"
He's the Snoop Dogg of the dragon writing world.
Uh, anyway, back to this. Shiro, you and Isidore are heading towards your class, where which is on the second level. It's in one of the larger rooms near where you guys learn how to read and write and stuff. But it's about double the size. You've been in there once before, but as you're on your way to your class, can you actually give me can you tell me what your passive perception is?
I
It is an 11. I just looked at your
Right.
sheet. I realized it. It's
Um,
underneath where all your skills are.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay. So as you are approaching your class, is it all stops for a minute? Like she slows down. She's like, "Did you hear that?" And she's like stopped. Like there's like just the basic ambiance of like being in the hallways. Like there's no like particular footsteps or anything, but she's like stopped, half turned her head, and is like, "Shiro, did you hear that?"
Can I roll investigate? Can I investigate or that something
If
separate?
you want to spend your turn, okay, it's either perception is if you're just listening in general. Investigation is if you're like if you tell me what specifically you're looking for.
Right, okay.
So if the difference is I roll perception and the DM might be like, "Oh, you hear this thing? There's this thing over in the corner of that."
Yep.
Investigation is I look for a pot in the room.
Right,
And the DM
okay.
can be like, "Oh, you didn't find any pots."
Right, okay.
So
I thought it was just genuine inquisitiveness.
no, it's like that's the difference between them. Perception is
Yeah.
just like what do I see, and the other one is did I find what I was looking for.
Right.
So if you want to look for something specific, you can tell me what it is, and based on your role, I can tell you whether whether you found it or not.
I didn't hear anything, but
Huh. And she starts walking again with you, and she's like, "What do you know about our lecturer so far? We've only seen her a handful of times." And this is actually the Aaron lady who took you to your first like lesson for reading and writing.
yeah.
You've only actually seen her like 2 or 3 times on campus. And Isidore's walking with you, just like chatting. But you can tell that she's like not really paying attention where you guys are walking to. She's just like making like idle conversation.
Mm.
And actually, this will be an interesting thing. Do you know Thieves' Cant yet?
I thought that was level 1, but
So yes, you would. Isidore slips very casually into conversation, uh, and it's like it talks about like the idea. It's like, oh yes, some of the teachers live on campus, but some prefer to make their way down to the local inn. And in code is basically saying someone's following us.
Mm.
And you just continue to like walk down the corridors and are making your way to the class. And she like whispers out to you. She's like, "Okay, when we get through the next doorway, separate. You go one way, I go the other. I'm pretty sure she's following us. I think our
I
class is
agree,
technically
but yes.
okay. Where should we meet back up?" And like you're approaching the doorway, and you'll get a chance to respond, but that'll be the last thing you get to say.
Mm.
Where in the castle would you like to attempt to go to?
Mm.
If you would like me to read out a list of locations, just as a reminder, that is okay.
What would be the closest room that I've been to in the castle?
The
That's sort
closest
of
rooms from here, because you guys are on the second floor, you could either go to your standard classroom, which you were walking towards, or you could go up the stairs one level to the sanctum, like the Skyward Sanctum, which is where you do all the fight training.
yeah.
Or you could go down a level back into like where the mess hall and the kitchens and the armory and stuff all is. Um, and then if you were to go down a floor, even from that again, is when you start getting to like the Worm Forge and the area where
Mm.
your dorm is. So keep in mind you've just walked up the spiral staircase,
Mm.
and you're about to split. But where do you want to go to?
Mess hall. Go.
Okay, cool. As you step through the doorways, you like sprint off in opposite directions. Are you attempting to do this stealthily?
Um.
Because Isidore is, and like she's like trying to
Yeah.
basically say, let's meet up back down there.
Mm.
Um,
Can I do like a bolt and then sort of go into sneak?
yeah. Because okay,
Yeah.
yeah, excellent. Um, yeah, as you bolt off, can you give me a stealth roll? Thank you.
Sure thing. Uh, Modifiers? Question mark.
You get to add your modifiers. It'll be on your sheet. Let me quickly check. Oh, you are not proficient in stealth, so you only
No.
have a +3.
+3. Okay, all good. It'd be a 19 anyway.
Okay, that's pretty good, honestly.
Mm.
Isidore also got a 19, but she rolled worse
Yes.
than you. She just has a higher
Mm.
modifier.
Yeah.
Um, okay, that's interesting. So I now have to I basically have to do a coin flip.
Coin flip.
Okay. Oh, I love rolling dice. This is great. Um, you manage to like dart off to the left. And as you like run along in this is a fairly well lit corridor,
Mm.
but you manage to like as you're running along, like with like a scrap of fabric almost like drape it like flick it past the torches so the wind like knocks the light out,
Mm.
so it like deadens the flame, and keep running, and you're like now encroached in darkness, and when you like glance over your shoulder you see that Isidore has done the same, and standing with the light behind them you can now see like their like silhouette against it
Mm.
does seem to be Aaron, the fight teacher. Um, but then she steps out of the light into the shadow, and you can't tell where she is. But do you now proceed cautiously through your thing because you darted off to like get rid of the light?
Mm.
And are you proceeding stealthily now?
Yes.
Okay, from here. Okay. Cool. You managed to like make your way through the corridor a couple times, like just like normal passerbyers are approaching. But you managed to like step into the stonework. Basically, there's like little buttresses, so you can like step behind them and stuff.
Mm.
Um, and they walk past, unaware that you're there. They're not really looking for you.
Yeah.
Um, but you enter into another lengthy corridor, and I will say, even as a rogue, if you're in a bright, well lit area, even if you were to roll like a 30 stealth,
Yeah.
someone would see you if they looked at you in bright light.
Yeah.
So if you want to move into this area like unseen, you can either stealth up to the torch and put it out, or you can rush to it and put it out there. The first one you'll obviously be stealthier,
Mm,
but the second one gets you in shadow faster.
right. I think just stealth all the
Mhm.
way.
Okay. You managed to make your way. Let me do the roll. Okay. Someone is coming down the corridor from the other direction. Um, do you attempt to like stop them or anything at any time, or do you just like continue on your way? Like, are you trying to remain unseen from the person coming the other way, or just from the potential person chasing you?
Um, I'll
I guess
try and
I
do.
guess it's more along the lines of, are you very clearly being stealthy, or are you just gonna like break into a normal walk when these people see you?
Ah, clearly stealthy.
Okay, as you're walking, they're having a chat and they like both look at you and like they're continuing their conversation but trailing off a little bit as they like walk past you and they're like, anyway. And go back to what they're talking about, and you manage to make your way to the torch.
Mm,
I'm assuming you're putting it out, so you're in darkness again?
yeah.
Mhm. I'm assuming, are you going to follow this course of action until you've done essentially the halfway loop? Because like this floor, um, it has like two loops. You can either do like a left loop or a right loop, and like it's a big square. Think about it with
Yeah.
like a line in the middle. So, are you going to do this the whole way around until you get back to the staircase, or are you going to go back the way you came, um, to try and get back to the stairs?
What would be the quickest way?
The way that you've just come from, but there
Mhm.
might also be someone stalking you in that shadow.
Mm.
Because you've also put out the torches, so whoever's in that area is also in the dark. If
Um,
there's someone there.
mm. Keep going. Turning out the torches.
Yeah. Cool. I'll say you managed to get back around to when you could see the other side of like the stonework that makes up the spiral staircase. Um and yeah, you've had no sign uh of anyone. You haven't heard anyone approaching behind you. You haven't heard the sounds of anyone being like confronted. Like I said, some people occasionally, like in this like 5 to 10 minute period that it takes you to do this all stealthily,
Mhm.
kind of give you like a little bit of a weird look, but they're like,
Yeah.
eh. This is also like you're very distinct.
Yeah.
So people are like, this is clearly the Dragon Rider who wears this
Yeah.
outfit. Um, but you're able to get back to the stairs, and I'll say roll another stealth for me. This time at advantage.
Oh, that means twice.
Yes, and you take the higher roll.
Okay. First one was 11 without the modifier, and the next one's 12.
Okay.
So,
You
with
managed,
modifier it would
yeah,
be 30,
15.
15. Yeah.
You managed to make your way to the mess hall. Isidore isn't there. And how long do you wait?
Uh, maybe 5, 10 minutes.
I'll say after about like 6 or 7 minutes, she slips into the room with you, like into the mess hall. And she's like, oh, wow, that was a chase. How did you do?
No trouble.
Yeah, I think when we split, she chased after me. I have, and she's like very clearly like covered in sweat, like she's been running the whole time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she chased after me. Um, yeah, so I think it was a good distraction then. Um, but we both managed to make it. And as she's saying that, you like, as you like looked back at her, the teacher's standing behind her. And
Yeah.
caught the pair of you. Good strategy. Attempting to make your way to somewhere where, like, technically before class even started, but it's good to see that you're perceptive. Good job. Whose idea was it?
The noble kid.
Ah, well, good job, and good job on being humble, being honest. Um, Now, for the lesson to actually start, we kind of need to go to the classroom. And you just make your way up, and while you're there, um, she is going to talk about like a humanoid anatomy, and basically like discussing like being able to like look at your enemy and being able to find out where their weak points are. Um, like if different suits of armor, where to strike, that would be the most effective. And because of that, you gain your additional stealth, your damage dice for your sneak attack, I believe. 'Cause, I believe it should be 2d6, but we'll see. But yeah, she basically gives you that extra little bit of tutoring that you need.
Uh, would it be underneath hit
Under where your
dice?
your hit dice, and then
Yeah.
underneath there is your normal attacks, and then underneath that is your sneak attack. So
Oh,
it's
right.
currently 1d6.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you got your cunning action thing for this.
That's sort of what I was thinking of as well. But yeah,
I'll say that you doing your running, your sprint, and then hiding, and then like
yeah,
having to do that repeatedly. That's what that was. You were able to like sink back into the shadows really
yeah,
quickly once you were able to like extinguish the flame.
yeah.
Okay, cool. If there is anything else, is there anything else that you wanted to know, Charlie?
Um, does does everyone know the thief symbols or?
No. Specifically, this might even be a thing that comes up in your class because this is
Mm,
a rogue teacher. Like she is literally
yeah,
a rogue. Like the idea of thieves' cant is something that is just known amongst rogues. It's like
yeah,
essentially a second language.
yeah,
But it's like saying stuff like tavern, and it's like, oh
yeah,
yeah, he went to the tavern, or oh no, I
yeah.
wouldn't go around there. I heard there's dogs about.
Mm,
Which might mean that it's like, the cops frequent this place a lot.
mm,
It's more like terms of phrase that have
yeah,
hidden
yeah,
meaning. So there's no like one true thieves' cant. It's
yeah,
more like the
definitely.
hidden meanings
Yeah,
behind like the slang and how they said things.
yeah,
But that kind of stuff, yeah, only you and Isidore are going to know that amongst the
yeah.
main group. So, but yes, thank you all. That's
Thank you,
the end of
thank you.
the session. Next,
No.
next time we will get to Chaos and Sable's personal class,
Yay.
and then we should get to some more combat. This one is going to be with you guys leveled up. It is going to be three, hopefully, as long as everyone's here, the 3 players versus the 3 players,
Mm,
while the 3 versus another 3v3 happens with the NPCs in their own battle that we won't like look at turn by turn. It'll be
yeah,
like oh, here's the group that won at the end. I'll do some
yeah.
rolls to figure that out,
Mm.
but we'll play out a fight next session.
Yo.
But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this session.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know it went for a
Thank you.
while, but yeah,
I think the first session, like the first ever session, went for longer.
probably. But that was just also only me talking for like hours. Um,
I enjoyed it.
mm,
Still
mm,
It's
fun.
like
Thank
it's
you
like
so
a
much.
book. I didn't have to force myself to read.
hell yeah.
Meanwhile, Shiro is like, can read every fucking language
Oh
ever
yeah.
existed.
It was like half on Among Us session, lol. I got dragged by my friend. I
Oh,
was like, "You're playing Among Us." I'm like, "No, please. I'm in a D&D, bro. I'm not playing Proxima."
sorry, Maddie's just put in thieves' cant is actually Gen Alpha brain rot.
Yeah.
God, no. She's right, but you shouldn't say it.
Yeah. Forbidden knowledge.
And then
Yeah,
got turned into a mouse.
and Lion did get abandoned at the beginning of the session.
Shouldn't get turned into a mouse, bozo.
I feel so bad for Lion. Feel bad mainly for Huey, who's like, I have to leave now. That it's finally time for me to be able to do things. I cannot stay.
Yeah.
Fare thee well.
It's
Uh,
all right.
It's also weird that Lion is also the most sociable out of everyone.
Yeah.
Look,
Oh no, actually, I'd say Chaos is pretty sociable as well, which is really
but
fun because
It's
looking at him,
fired up there.
I was
Chaos
like,
got a
wow.
friend. Chaos has officially got a friend this session.
Hey.
Yay!
Mm.
Well, Chaos has also got a brother in arms, but not voiced.
My brother
Hey
in
guys,
arms.
I might take off since I'm like really tired and I still need to have a shower, but I really, really
Yeah,
appreciate
sure.
you for the session.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
so much.
it's fun.
I can't express how much I enjoy this session, or like all.
Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I will say our next session will be after exhibition. So hopefully everyone is free and has the time. Because most, if not all of our work should be done by then.
We'll be
it'll-
party rocking.
Is
Yeah,
exhibition
on the
next week?
20th.
20th.
No.
Ah, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not this Wednesday coming up, the Wednesday after that.
Yeah. I'm just making sure because I don't think I've taken it off yet, and I want to because my friends
If
will
you-
be there.
Yeah. If you're showing stuff, make sure you put in your expression of interest form.
Yeah.
But yes,
Please.
I'm gonna duck off, but I had lots of fun.
Okay.
I'm
Heaps of
going
fun.
to kick Craig's out of the fucking chat. Bye, Craig.
Bye,
Bye,
Craig.
Bye,
Craig.
Craig. Get the frick out, bro.
Thanks for listening to Craig's Chronicles. We play for fun and record for fun, so we hope you had fun too. Please do not expect a regular upload schedule. If you are one of our employers who somehow found this, please remember that how we play a fantasy role-playing game with friends is not reflective of our professional conduct.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.